episode 50.
5-0.
I just chastised the fuck out of our guest. He
Hell
fucked
yeah.
up.
Hell yeah. You can fucking decline that or answer that if you want.
Yeah, episode 50. We
I'm all
got
about
a
the
very
podcast.
special guest, my childhood friend, an inmate, a lover.
L-Word
A
3892.
lover of women and their feet. A man of many fetishes.
You into feet?
Oh, dude, he's into everything.
All right, we'll get into that.
Bert is into fucking everything, dude.
So
This
this
is my
is,
friend Phil Lynch. He's on the podcast to tell people what it's like to be a white person in jail.
Absolutely. Hello,
So-
Matt. Hello, Shane.
Right?
What's going on?
up
Yeah.
just a bit.
This is good for me too because I've heard a fucking ton about you.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really also
Heard a
I
lot
have,
about
I
you,
have
too.
a ton of questions about
Oh,
jail.
fire me.
Yeah, so how do
I'm
you get
ready.
there? How do you get to jail?
Yeah. Let's so let's start from the very top.
Yeah.
Let's start with how you got and well, how long have you been in jail?
The longest
Prison, whatever.
incarceration that
Yeah.
I did straight was 18 months.
18 months.
Yeah.
How
No,
about-
sorry. No, let me correct that. I did 3 months and then 15 straight. Now, did 3 months, was out for not even 28 days. I took a deal. Well, my charge was I got set up selling narcotics. Now, somebody set me up. I agreed to do the same thing, but I never did. And I had these state police officers calling me about once a month. And I always say, I'll get the ball rolling. I got something working. Don't worry, guys.
Well, didn't you when you were supposed to work for the cops? Didn't you try to bring like a knife on you or something?
Yeah.
They got pissed.
Yeah,
That you
got
had a
real
weapon?
pissed at me. Yeah.
That makes sense. They might be upset about that.
The one
They
guy.
weren't too happy about that.
Yeah, I remember he had a gun, and you were like, "Well, I got my knife." And they're like, "Yeah,
Put that
you
away.
can't have a knife on you, bro." That's
Yeah,
sick.
that-
You rolled up strap, dude.
I wrote up strap. Now they kept wanting me, to throw my sentence out. To,
So you
set
basically they were
somebody
like,
up.
"Come set him up, and we'll let you out," and you just didn't do that, and basically ran away.
They kept, every
You went on
month.
the lam,
they
dude.
they would text me once a month. And I'd be like, I got something that works. Don't worry. Just kept blowing them off,
You
blowing
were
them off.
their CI, basically.
Yeah, it was their CI, but
Yeah.
they got nothing out of me. They got, now I went to Florida. I got myself some help. Went down to a rehab down in Florida, and he texted me. This is about like 6 months after that I caught the case. And he was like, yo, what's going on? I was like, listen, leave me alone, man. I'm in Florida getting better.
Yeah.
Since I said I was in Florida getting better, I didn't tell him why I was getting better. Right away, I must have charged my ass up. Because I got a thing in the mail from a lawyer saying, you got this charge, you need to represent yourself. I just threw everything to the side.
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. Now, I was working with my one uncle, and I found a ring on the floor. I was vacuuming up this floor. I vacuumed up a ring. I went to throw it out, saw the ring, instead of getting it back and put it in my pocket. I knew I should have known better. It was probably some person in the house ring. Now, when my uncle came to me like 2 days later, I said, yes, I had the ring. And the lady said, if you give it back to her, they're not going to press charges. All right, so I go to the jail, get back. I go to district court in Philadelphia, not the district place. I give the ring back. The lady ends up putting charges on my ass.
Yeah.
Now, when the cops saying, like, do you have any criminal past? I was like, no, I do not. And, I have DUI, I have dumb shit. Simple assault,
Like they
dumb
don't
shit.
have a big computer.
Yeah, I know. This is how green I am. I'm thinking that
Yeah, I
I can
mean,
get away with
that's
everything,
that
right?
makes sense.
No,
It would
they
be like,
they
oh,
fingerprint
fuck
me and run my thing, and I had this outstanding warrant,
Yeah.
for this attempt to deliver charge. And then I go from the district, the Philadelphia police drove me to. They met me halfway on 95, right before you get to Delaware County to
So
Philadelphia.
they set you up basically and brought you in.
After they charged me, they brought me to the county prison. But I went to the state barracks on media. No, the state barracks on
Route 1.
right? I saw this judge. It was like 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. I got booked on a Thursday. They found out, ran my fingers, found out I had this outstanding warrant. So they took me back to Delaware County. That's where I was wanted. And I saw the judge at 7 o'clock, man. And he was like, so pissed off. Woke him up. They had to, set bail for
Wait,
me.
so judges are on call like that? They
Yeah,
have to-
when they had to set bail for somebody. So I had to get bail set to me.
yeah.
What do they
This
do? They do it over like Skype or like over TV.
Yeah, it was
right?
TV. It was like video court.
Yeah, it's not
this
like they're in there.
Okay,
This
they're on
motherfucker
call
said
just-
I'm a flight risk and hit me with $250,000 bail.
Was you were going to Florida? Is that why? Or
No. He just said I must be in my report saying I went to Florida on him, which I went to Florida to help myself.
Yeah.
And I just told the guy, leave me alone right now. I was just bullshitting these
That makes
guys.
sense,
I'm
yeah.
not going to help these assholes
Yeah.
out, dude.
So he set you at $250,000 bail.
So he sent me $250,000 bail. So I go to George Hill, which is Delaware County Prison for my first time. And
So
I'm not getting bailed out.
Does having a high bail put you in like a worse?
I got to, it's called four block. You got 4 and 7 state block. 4 is all violent criminals, very high bail. Everyone's either going upstate or pretty much everyone's either going upstate or they're getting out.
What was like when you walked in there? What was the vision when you like?
First.
What did you see when they dumped you in there?
When you get in George Hill, you're into the intake place, like the pre-intake place. You're in your street clothes, and they strip you out of street clothes. They search you. Squat, cough with your balls, all that bullshit. And they give you your county blues, second pair, and they give you your sheets and your blankets and stuff. Then I go to the intake block. This is when everyone's together. You're going to find out what block you're going to go to. You're going to get classified. They classify, like I said, on your pass, on your violent, high bail. And I'm trying to get bailed out. I'm like, Dad, please bail me out for $250,000.
For $250,000, you'd have to put up 25 grand.
25,000.
He said, nope.
Yeah. Now he could put his house up, or like mortgage his house, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
He could have done some things, which in a way, I'll get into the story a little bit more, but I'm green to the system. Like I feel like I could be a jailhouse lawyer now. How much I learned about the law in jail, which I learned a lot. Learned about bails, how easy how these guys beat these cases all the time. It's crazy.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
So this is you were arrested, and then got out, and then went to Florida, and then now you're back in jail.
No, I'm back in jail. But when I
Okay.
got arrested
All right.
the first time, I did go to jail.
Yeah,
you were supposed to
Because I
cooperate.
agreed to cooperate.
And then you didn't cooperate.
I did cooperate.
Went to Florida.
Went to Florida for rehab, better
And
myself.
then, it's not like you were running away. And then you went back to Philly. Now you're back in county prison.
I'm in county prison now.
In Chester County Prison?
No, Delaware County.
Delaware
George
County.
Hill. I'm in
Which
George
Chester County's got to be worse than Delaware County Prison,
The
right?
Chester County is like Westchester area. It's
All
actually
right.
really nice. I did
that sounds
72
nice.
hours there.
I went to Westchester University.
Well, I did my first ever bid I did besides the one-nighters, me, you, Pat, Bob, all probably got in Westchester, for dumb stuff. I was my 72 hours I did on a DUI charge.
Yeah, that was in Chester County. So
was
you
in
were
Chester
in
County.
Delaware. Chester is in Delaware County. But
Okay.
Westchester is in
Westchester.
Chester
This
County.
is
Okay.
this is
So that's where
Chester
you're getting
County.
confused.
Okay.
So so you're in there and you roll in. Who's who are you in there with?
Like I said, I got through intake, and I'm like, and then you get free phone calls and stuff. Call me,
Yeah.
like, please bail me out. No way in hell, I'm thinking I'm going to be out in like 2 weeks or a week or. I'm not sorry. I'm thinking I'm going to be out in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I can't do this stuff.
Yeah.
Then I get my blues, and I go to the intake block where you're going to get classified to find out it's where everyone's at. You just get in, everyone's hearing all this talk. Now I kept hearing guys say, "Listen, if I go to 4 block, I'm not going to go. I'm going to go to the hole.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I heard like 2 people say this, right? And everyone's saying, "Oh, probably going to get the DUI building. It's your first time here."
That's what I thought you were going to get.
That's what I thought guys talking, you know, because I was in the intake for 3 weeks, which is very long.
Now, when you're in intake and you're talking to all these guys, are they all are they kind of cordial? Like, are they like,
well, you find,
because it sounds like guys are like, don't go to fucking 4 block. Sounds like you're going to go to DUI. Like, you should be all right. Like, are there people like? Was anyone aggressive towards you right away?
No,
or?
actually, no.
Yeah,
it's how you carry yourself.
Yeah,
you know, there's guys that are just a prison word. I don't know, you guys ever heard of this called out of pocket?
Yeah, I know what out of pocket is. Yeah,
everyone says that in prison, but if guys are out of pocket, just dumb stuff, trying to steal people's trays,
like right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Now,
that's a
when you're
what
on
a tray slayer is?
Well, yeah, when you're on intake is 22 and 1. It means you're locked down 22 hours. You're out 8 o'clock in the morning and 7 o'clock for an hour at night for an hour. That's to take showers, just to be in the day room. The day room is a real small room. They got all the cells around on the top and the bottom. There's about 14 cells on the bottom, 14 on the top, and there's 2 showers, one on the bottom, one on the top. Now, there's about 5 shower heads. Now, this is a funny story. The first time I went, now you go in the shower room, there's, like I said, there's 5 showers.
Yeah.
Right? You walk in, there's like a cage. Now, I didn't see nobody do this, but what you're supposed to do is bring your blanket hanging up on the cage so no one can peek in on you, and you take a shower peacefully. Yeah. My first time, I go in, don't put the thing up. I go when somebody's already showering at the end, going butt ass naked, and this is unheard of.
But you're supposed to not shower
one at a
like
time. Just one dude. I'm in there with another dude showering, thinking it's normal, and it's not. And I'm not covered up, so everyone can see my ding dang. You know?
Yeah. Is that a prison term?
That's my nervousness. I could have come up.
So guys don't take group showers.
County. Well, I'll get more into that when we hit state. But in the county.
So you rolled up on someone.
I rolled up on somebody, man.
That actually makes sense because if you're in county prison for like a DUI, like that's like where uncles go.
Yeah.
They're not trying to shower together.
Nah.
It's like
But I figured like men in the gym though, they get naked all the time.
That is true.
So you hold it down like a 60-year-old man in LA Fitness.
Men at the gym, there's literally no threat of rape.
Exactly.
This seems minimal. I think your rape senses are up. Probably
remember what we're talking
100%.
about. Exactly. You know?
What did this guy do when you entered the shower?
No, give me weird looks. No, he's actually about my...
What did he part his bed sheet and look at you?
Well, no, like I said, you walk into the door. It's like a cage. Right? You walk in and there's four shower heads. All right, he was at the one at the end, and I was at the middle. So there's one shower head between us.
Yeah.
There's no towel on. Now, he might have been his first time, too. But I was wondering, he was like, why'd you walk in with, he didn't put the towel up or the blanket up, but still, he was like, why are you in, like, in his mind, he's like, why is this white boy in here with me? It was a black dude, you know? And, because...
Makes it worse.
And I walked, when I walked out, so when someone grabbed me and told me, you're not supposed to do that, right? Do what? What are you talking about? You're not supposed to go there with somebody, and you're also supposed to put someone, broken down for me.
Yeah.
I look back at it now, man. I just can't believe it, man.
And you went in there and did that.
I went in there, and guys do it. Like I said, it was my first time doing a long bid like that.
So you ended up, but you, like you're saying, you're in the intake, and you ended up going to 4 Block, the place everyone didn't want to go.
Like I said, 3 weeks, and like I said, I heard
so
two
after
people
you
saying,
took a couple weird showers.
if they send me to 4 Block, I'm going to lay on the floor and tell them to send me the hole. Now,
that's
I'm
solitary confinement, right?
That's the whole solitary confinement, 23 and 1. Now, when I'm thinking I'm going to DUI because this is my first time, and everyone's telling me, I'm not really telling the whole truth about my, I just go selling drugs, some stuff. They tell me I had $25,000 bail, $250,000 bail. So I get classified my 3rd week. They call out the guy I was, they call a term is bidding. It's like us hanging out on the streets. In jail, they call it me and you hanging out in jail. We're bidding. It's a bid. It's like, you're doing a bid. Yeah. And when you're bidding is when you're bidding,
Hanging out.
Bullshit and all that stuff. Yeah. So the dude I was bidding with, he told me some, told me a few things what I should be looking into. He got caught. He came. The reason me and him got close because we came in together at the same time. So usually when you new with somebody and he's all right, you kind of, you eat with them and stuff. Now, 22 and 1. They bring your trays. Sorry, they bring the trays on the block, and one person in each side has to go bring them back to you. And everyone's telling me, this population is so much better. I was like, this period sucks.
So that's the whole you're saying when they bring.
This is just intake. Okay. Intake's 22 hours. You're locked in, and 2 hours out. While you're waiting to get classified to go to.
How long do you typically stay in intake?
Usually, I heard people say 1 week.
Okay.
I was in for 3 weeks.
Okay.
2 different times actually.
Damn.
And then I get classified, and I find out I'm going to 4 Block, which I'm hearing all this bad stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like, oh, there's a mistake. Like, I wanted to grab the guard when he's walking me. I'm not supposed to go here, because I seen the guy that came in with, he went to the DUI. He went to the DUI building, and then they called me out the next day, and I just couldn't believe it. And they're walking down the jail, and then there's a bunch of white guys in my group with me, and they all go to, I think, 5 or 6, which is real low key, not major.
Yeah, it's white guy. It's white guy jail.
White guy jail, right?
So speak a little more.
And then I walk. They all go in, and that's when I wanted to say something.
So you went to black guy
you got to think of a mistake. I mean, like I go to 4 Block. I go to 4C. Now you walk in. There's 4 pods. 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D.
Yeah.
Usually the old heads go to D for how they usually do it.
Yeah.
And the young bucks go to A.
Yeah.
And in between ages, I was 28, 29 at the time. And then, walk on the 4 Block, man. It was during rec time, during yard, but it's not really yard in county. It's rec time.
Yeah.
You get rec 2 hours in the morning from 8:30 to 10:30. You have breakfast at 6:30
in the morning.
And then you go out for breakfast, and you come back in. Now, in the county, they bring the trays onto the block. And you just walk up, grab a tray, and sit at the seat.
Yeah.
You eat.
Yeah.
And then you go to 8:30 to 10:30 is your first rec, and sometimes in the county, like I said, it was 4 pods. You go to 4 A, B, C, D. Now D and C and A and B share a little yard. It's a really small courtyard. They got a half-court basketball court, and it's like a triangle.
Yeah.
It's really small, and we barely get it. You barely get that. So I'm used to doing 22 and 1. I come in to the block first time. It was that nighttime. Now I said you go 8:30 to 10:30, and then lunch, and then 1:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
And then night, and then dinner, and then night is from 7:30 to 10:45. Okay. It's a lot longer.
Yeah.
So I get there, it's when they're having that night one, and everyone's out running around like a nun. I just, my balls are in my stomach, man. I was just like, Jesus Christ, right?
What's the ratio racially, like when you're in there?
When I was in there,
and for when you walked in there, how many white guys is it?
Oh, man, on my block, I think it was 6 white guys.
How many people were in there total, would you say?
You got 14 times 2, so 20 is about 60 people on the block.
Okay, and it's 10%?
Yeah, 10's really low, really low.
So you go in there and
now again, though, right? I get told what cell I'm going to.
Yeah.
And I walk to the end. I think it was 11 or 10, right in the corner. Now I can't open the cell.
Yeah.
No, everything's open, but the way my cellie had it set up, you had to put a lot of weight into it. So I'm sitting there like this. Everyone's looking around. This is just blowing my mind.
Tough start.
Everything's blowing my mind, right? And I'm looking like an asshole trying to get in. I can't get in. I'm sitting there just like an asshole, man.
Yeah.
And then finally, 5-10 minutes goes by. I never forget. This kid, Mike DeVito, came by and showed me how to get in, And then I got in, and thank God my cellie, this is a gem in county jail for him to have a TV. The TVs are $225, and they're satellite. You have to get, the pain in the ass is set up, pain in the ass is finding channels. It's the dish. You get, not the dish, sorry, antenna. Antenna.
Same
you
thing.
get like 6 channels.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You get like,
yeah.
This TV was the best one. This TV is a movie channel.
That's cool.
So I get in, and now my cellie's not in yet. Now, like I said, it's probably 8 o'clock at this time. We still got 2.5 hours left of rec time. My ass stays in the cell the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I'm not going out.
Yeah, you don't want to play.
I'm just like, I don't know, it's nervous, anxiety,
Were they
everything.
playing Foursquare? What were they doing?
They're playing spades and pinochle are the 2 biggest card games.
Are they playing basketball and shit?
No, yard's not open at night.
Okay.
In the county.
Yeah. So you didn't want to go jump in on any spades games?
No, I didn't know how to play spades at the time. I didn't learn spades till state, until I went upstate.
So how was it when the guy came and you met him? Was he cool?
Cool, man, black dude. Arnold Colbert.
Yes, dude. We don't have to whisper black dude anymore. We stopped doing that in like 2015.
No, I didn't put his name out like that. Yeah. But he had a TV. Was cool, man.
You can not say names.
No, it's all right. He did
stick to first names.
He did a state bid. He did 5 years before. And, so I told him my first time. He showed me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And
so how'd you get out of there? That all ended then?
I stayed there for 3 months, my first bid. It started out
real
rough.
Hey, let's go over the summary.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to crazy stuff. You don't have to pause or anything.
No, I didn't pause it. Just checking it.
So your first night, you meet the guy. Everything's good.
He's got the movie channel.
He's got the movie channel. You're chilling.
What kind of movies
Bonnie
was you
and Clyde
watching?
we watched first.
Bonnie and Clyde.
You guys watch Bonnie and Clyde?
Sorry, no. The one with the 2 girls that drive the truck.
Laverne.
You watched...
I just saw on TV the other day with Susan Sarandon.
Broad City.
No. Susan Sarandon, the 2 girls that they
Thelma and Louise?
Thelma and Louise.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
man. That was great.
Nice.
Saw Thelma and Louise.
Did you look at him and you're like, this is us? On your first night, you're like, this could be us, man.
Oh, we talked all night.
Nice.
I was just like, I felt so comfortable. I just
Good.
like, it was a lot of stress off me, even though I had a lot more to look forward, not to look forward to, not knowing what's going on in my case and all this stuff. So, we talked. I talked his ear off, promised him all this stuff. I'll get you a job.
Was this guy strong? Was he?
He wasn't big. He was about a little shorter than me, but he was strong.
Okay.
And he could fight.
Was everybody in there pretty fucking?
Yeah, there was some big dudes in there.
Yeah.
Big dudes in there.
That's negative.
And I had eyes on me right away, man. Because
Did you really?
I'm not a big dude, and I think a lot of guys wanted to run down on me at first.
So what's that?
When you get your commissary, they run down on you and they just beat you up, take your commissary. I've seen it happen all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Supposedly one of the kids told me they were going to do it, but they told him, not see what he's about and all that. How I survived, thank God, my dad, man, was a big supporter of me. He put money on my books. I got the max for commissary week, $75 in food and $75 in clothes, like T-shirts and stuff.
So you just
I maxed out every week.
Bribe people with
but
honey
not
buns?
only that, I did what I did was they had a store on the block.
Yeah.
There was the guys that ran the block that were workers. You get 4 to 6 workers on each block, and they open up stores. So say before commissary comes, I come to him and say, I want 2 soups. You get 2 for $3. He gives me 2. Next commissary, I give him 3.
So these
5
guys,
for
you're
7.
not allowed to have a store though, right?
10 for 15. You technically know, but I mean, no guards.
So these are just guys in their cells selling shit and
selling their own commissary and getting some back.
Chunky
so
soups.
these are just old school soup traders.
Pretty much.
So you give 2 soups, then you get 2 soups, I give 3, and then he trades. Next thing
5 for 7, 5 for 8 is the worst. 10 for 15. Now, it took me 2 weeks to get in the mix and to get my commissary going.
Yeah.
On the regular block. Once I got that going, and people saw I had money. Put money on. At first, I put money on some guy's book, one of the workers, gave him $20. He gave me $10 worth of food. Now, let me tell you, I was starving when I got in.
Yeah, how was the food?
The food is absolutely horrible. I'm a picky eater as it is. And I ate stuff that I would never dream of eating,
what?
but I ate it.
What was your first meal?
I can't tell you my first meal, but they do a lot of chili.
Yeah.
I was not a big chili fan, but I got real into it. They do a lot of Stony Mac, and it's horrible. It's like meat and mac and cheese. It's not even mac and cheese. It's hard. It's the worst food on the planet.
And they don't give you that much, do they?
They don't give you that, especially the county. They don't. There's guys that did a hunger strike one time. I heard a story.
Jeez.
And
they
did
hunger
it
strike their DUI?
for 3 days, they did a hunger strike because they want bigger. You get your tray in the county.
What did they end up doing?
Now, they actually got you're supposed to get, your portion is supposed to be a certain, by law, by state law, it's supposed to be a certain amount.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is the kitchen workers, they eat all your they're picking it, and every meal you get like a meat, like your main course.
Yeah.
Then you get like a vegetable, and you get like potatoes, rice, and you get a snack. In the county, you get a snack. You get always cookies, pudding, brownies. That's everyone's trading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People play cards for their snacks. Now, the guys that work the kitchens, they don't give you full portions.
Yeah.
So they did a hunger strike. They got, for 3 days, got the portions back to how they wanted, big portions, but it only lasted for a week. And then
they got fucking chili again.
And they started giving them smaller. For a week, they got the right portions supposed to do. And I'll tell you about upstate. When we get there, it's just a whole different ballgame with food.
So then, anything else notable happened while you were in county?
A rape. This dude was getting raped.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus
on your
Christ.
On my block. On my block. And this is how bad it was. All right. This dude owned this dude. He was raping him, and he wouldn't let him take a shit in his bathroom. So in the showers, he was taking shits in the showers. There's a little gutter for the drain for the water to go down, and he was with his feet pushing the shit down the drain.
Do you know what the guy who was being raped was in for?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Also, before I was in intake, I seen somebody kill himself. Seen somebody jumped off the top tier and do a swan dive. Flat.
Fuck.
That was disturbing, man. That was. I mean,
how many floors did you jump from?
Just one. You got first floor. It's just a story.
So it's like 20 feet.
But there's a trail. There's a rail, and he stood up on the rail.
Oh.
And just tried to go head first.
Like this, and put his hands through.
Holy.
Dude, it was. Oh, it was disgusting. It was just, dude.
And that's just that's like your first month in there.
That was my second week in the county.
So you're just hearing rumors about rapes. Did you see?
I didn't. No. Oh, when I got on my block, that's when the rape was going on.
You knew about it.
I knew about it.
And the guy who killed himself was in intake.
He was in intake.
Okay.
This was before he was in intake. There's in George Hill and a lot of county prisons, a lot of suicides are not recorded. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that the regular world don't know about.
Yeah.
They keep a lot of stuff because George Hill is privately owned, so a lot of stuff does not get out.
Yeah,
there's a lot of suicides that happened. That was I seen 2 suicides. That was disturbing. That was horrible. I mean, just the way it was bad.
The sound of that's horrible.
Yeah, it was. So, so I said I'm in there for 3 months. That's the rape. Then my second month, I realized I kind of do this stuff. I'm respected on the block because I'm spending money. Yeah. I'm pushing money around, going to the store every week.
Fucking soups.
To Chi-Chi's. The best thing about jail is this thing called Chi-Chi. What it is ramen noodles.
Yeah.
So say me, you, Matt, we're going to bid and do Chi-Chi together.
That'd be
you
sick.
bring 2 soups, you each put 2 ramen noodles up. Right? You're going to bring the cheese curls. I'm going to bring the sausage log, the meat stick. You're going to we'll do pickles and chips with you. Yeah. All right? You get a bag,
pickles
right?
and chips, dude. I would rape Matt first. Immediately, I'd be raping Matt.
I'm clearly
these
winning
Chi-Chis, man, I still make them to this day.
Really?
So it's just Cheetos mixed with...
It's cheese curls.
Cheese curls mixed with...
what you do is you crush up the cheese curls.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, so it makes it like cheese.
First off, the ramen noodles come in the square.
Yeah.
Right? You smash them all up, put them in the bag, put your cheese curls in, and you cut up the meat log. Meat log's about that long. And you cut it with a razor blade. In the county, you actually get razors. You can buy razors on Commissary, and people take them apart, and they're used as weapons.
Yeah.
And you put the sausages in it. Normal Chi-Chi is cheese curls, soups, and the meat log. Yeah. That's the normal one.
Sounds good.
You add pickles to it. You can add, they get tuna, chicken breast. You can buy on Commissary. And we'll go more when we get farther down my bed, but I had some great Chi-Chi. They make wraps. They make wraps.
We'll buy it. You come over here and make us some Chi-Chi.
Yeah, man. Listen, I got big. I put a lot of weight on it, man. I put a lot of weight on that stuff.
You were kind of coming in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
You looked pretty fucking husky for a second.
I'm back on my Chi-Chi bit, man. It puts weight on me. Absolutely. So
I need to get off the Chi-Chis.
So my first 3 months, like I said, the raping, I got accustomed to everybody. Everyone, gave me respect. The reason I knew I got respect because one day for getting trays was hot dog lunch, which is awesome. I like hot dogs.
Yeah.
I screw up hot dogs.
It must be fucking lit on
somebody,
hot dog day.
Somebody dropped a hot dog. Like I said, they bring the trays to the block. It's just enough for everyone. Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
No extra stuff. Now, somebody dropped a hot dog. What happened was the trays are stacked up. And when he picked up his tray, the hot dog got stuck to the tray and came on the ground. Now, I just took it because I was eating like a champ. I was Chi-Chi's every.
So you ate the hot dog
I was
off the
eating
ground?
Chi-Chi's 3 times a day sometimes.
Yeah.
I was doing personal Chi-Chi's for myself.
That's like living it up.
I was living. Well, Big Phil represent. Now, this hot dog fell on the ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever, I'll take it. I was being, a team player. Took it. And then about like 10 minutes later, I'm in my cell. It was during lunchtime. I hear Lynch or Phil, my name being called.
Yeah.
And it was one of the block workers, Tweez, man. He's a good dude. I just went upstate with him. And he had a hot dog for me.
Damn, he gave you another hot dog?
I remember my cell, he was saying, dude, I'd never seen that happen before. For those guys to go out of your way to, do that.
That's
awesome.
Just
like, it was cool. It was because, like, I never accumulate debt. They made money off of me.
Yeah.
I spread love to the people that, I knew would give it back. I definitely got, beat a lot of times my first month, first couple of months.
For what, like a can of fucking
dumb stuff,
soup, bro?
Yeah, it's like soups and stuff.
Yeah.
But
like somebody would
learn.
fuck you up and take your
Not
soup?
fuck me up. Would say, I'll give you one on Commissary.
Oh,
no
okay,
problem.
that's what you mean. I thought you meant beat.
So you're telling in jail there's some definitely there's some like shitty soup traders in there?
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Some unscrupulous fucking soup merchants.
They're bad. There's a known one. He's a known one through the county. You go there to George Sill and say this guy's name, and everyone's got stories for days about him.
About his bad soup deals?
Everything. How
he's like the Donald Trump of soup deals.
This dude did 2 years. He maxed out his county sentence at 2 years, right? Straight. So he'd been on every block. He was in the drug trade. He would go to blocks, rack up so much store debt, and then leave, start fight with someone weaker than him. He was a piece of shit.
That's so funny. So how was it? Was there like a ton of drugs and shit in there too?
Yes, there's Suboxone's a big drug.
How are they getting them in?
Now the county, when I was there, it was through the mail. They get the Suboxone strips.
Yeah.
And then the guards bring in the other stuff like heroin, weed, all the hard stuff. But I know what you do is you get a card, you get a razor blade, and you cut open the card, and you put the strips in there. They're kind of hip onto it now.
Oh, because Suboxone comes in a little strip, like a Listerine breath strip.
And they mail it in. And other ways, like I said, it was the guards. Some guards were dirty and getting paid to do stuff. And visits. People swallow balloons on visits. And now a story about this kid, right, that's known in the county, and this is one of the stories he's known about. They saw him the visit. They saw him swallow a balloon. They knew he had something. Yeah. Right? So what they did was they wouldn't let him go back to the block until he took a shit. They wanted him to shit him out, right? So the dude, he's nervous as hell. He's in there for a long time. The story is that he took the shit and he felt it coming out, that he was able somehow to pinch his butt to catch the drugs and still let the shit come out.
You let a turd out and kept the balloon in there?
Kept the balloon in there and got away with it.
Was it the guy who was getting raped?
No, that's not the guy getting raped. You would think so.
Somebody should have raped him. That sounds like one of the most magical butts I've ever heard.
Unbelievable. But
wow.
Yeah, that's my first 3 months.
You could break the internet with that butt.
Now, I took a deal. It's called, I was looking at, now I said, I just wanted to get out. I would have got a 1 to 2 in the county.
Yeah.
You know, this is 3 months. I'm not used to this type of stuff. So I took a deal. It's called drug court.
Yeah.
Now, what drug court is technically I think a 4-year sentence, but you do 2 years. You have to report to the judge. You have to see a judge once a week in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then once you get to a certain level, then you go like once a month. And then
so you're out of jail?
You're out of jail, but you're not really. You see a pro officer once a week. You do the thing called intensive outpatient. So
you're out of jail.
Now, they're on you, like, they're drug testing you 3 times a week. They don't let you do anything. I mean, the rules are ridiculous. They find out if you left the county and went to Philly, they'll violate you.
Yeah.
I lasted
how'd your drug court go?
28 days in drug court, and the judge told me I never seen anybody get discharged or kicked out of drug court so fast without catching a new charge. This is unbelievable.
So you were just melting cups?
2 to 4. I was doing everything, dude. Melting cups, lying, forging my meeting list. Not going to community service. I did what the fuck I wanted to do.
Melting cups is okay.
I had about 3 melted cups. Now, while I'm doing 28 days, I went back to the county twice for I did a day. Sorry, I'm back to the county 1 time for a day trip.
For what?
I melted a cop, and the judge was like, "You're going to the county. I decide what I'm going to do with you. Let me out the next day."
Okay.
That was a long 24 hours. That shit was horrible, right?
Were you in?
I had 13 sanctions in 28 days.
Okay.
For everything.
When was the time when you smacked the cup on accident?
You were out of pocket.
Oh, that was I was out of pocket, bro. I was real out of pocket, right? And I remember, man, when they my final sanctions, when they, this time I burned the cup up. Now, quick story. I got caught, and I went to IOP 3 days a week, and they drug tested, sir. And then I saw my parole officer. Now I was on not like they had eyes on me,
yeah.
So I had to see my parole twice a week. So I was getting killed. But in the beginning, I got I've been on Suboxone before in the past, and I didn't know you were gonna get high off it until I went to jail and found out. So I did. Now I'm still in my addiction. When I was on drug court for the first 2 weeks, I did a Suboxone, got away with it. Next week I did it again. Took a piss test at my IOP, and it came back the next week. And I failed it.
Yeah.
Now this is I failed it on a Friday, and I took it that Friday also. Now my parole officer don't find out about it until Tuesday. Calls me in that following Tuesday, and has me take a piss for him right there. And Suboxone is a special test. He had me do a dipstick, and said, "I'm hot for Suboxone. When'd you do it?" I said, "I did it Friday." Mm-hmm. He goes, I want to see what I'm going to do with you." Took me to the supervisor in charge of drug court. This lady, she had a parole also. Sat down with her. She goes, "So you're telling me that you're hot for Suboxone thing? You told me you did it on Friday. There's no way that's possible." I said, "What do you want me to tell you? I did it on Friday and did it on Tuesday."
Yeah.
Now, I never saw the test. Now, what parole officers do a lot, and I heard a lot of stories where they do is, and I actually had this happen to me more than once too, that they'll say, "Oh, why are you hot for this?" when you're not. They just want to see if you
freak out,
see if you admit to it. So, I think this is definitely what happened, because I wasn't hot in case the test was wrong, but he said I was, but he never showed me the test. Now, I'm in the room with the head lady and my parole officer, telling them that I did it on Friday, and she said, "There's no way that's possible." And she grabs like 2 or 3 other parole officers, females, brings them in and says, tells them what's going on. This kid did this thing on Friday and said that he did it on Friday, but he's hot on Tuesday. That's impossible. He had to do it a different day. I'm sitting there like, "No, I didn't. I did it on Friday. I understand it's Tuesday, but what I'm telling you is, I did not do it."
You're arguing with a bunch of parking authority ladies, basically,
for like an hour.
And now,
right?
Now, why is it impossible that you did it on Friday? Why is that?
Well, they
impossible?
said it should have been out in the system. It's in your system at the most 3 days.
I see.
Now, I'm already had a couple of sanctions with the judge. I did my 24 hours in the county. Now I'm nervous, and she goes, "Listen, if you just tell us the truth, I will personally make sure when you go I'm supposed to see the judge that night. When you go in front of the judge tonight, you will not go to jail, and your sanction will be light."
Yeah.
She didn't say light, but in those terms. Now, I'm saying, I said to her, "Well, do you want me to tell you I did something when I didn't do it? I said something like that. She goes, well, now we see you're lying. Well, you want me to lie.
Yeah.
So we argue for now. And finally, I just I surrendered and said, listen, I did it on Sunday, which was completely false.
Yeah.
And, I got my sanction was community service. I forget how many hours, like 24 hours. I did 16. Another sanction.
Why do 16 though? If you're not going to do it,
I just did what I wanted to in drug court. I just thought I was the man. I could get away with everything.
Yeah.
Because my first time being in this thing, I thought I could beat these people. I thought I'm the first one. I can get away with everything. But there's been a lot of people like me that can't get away with none, and I didn't. As you can see, 28 days, 13 sanctions later.
So what happened?
Now, my final one, I go there and they send me back to the county. Now, I'm in the county for I go there July 1st. Is that Doug Granny's birthday?
Yeah.
July 1st. Now, I'm talking to my dad, talking to my lawyer. They're saying that I'm going to get another shot in drug court, but you have to go in front of the judge. So I sit there for 2 months. And then every night I'm talking to my dad, I'm stressing. He goes, don't worry, you're going. And the other dude was in there from drug court. And he's like, yeah, we're going to get another chance, blah, blah, blah. Now, in my mind, I'm getting another chance. So this time, I'm in 4A. Now I'm in the jungle.
So you're in the worst block now?
I'm in the worst. I'm with all the young dudes from Chester, just robbing people left and right, just wilding out.
Yeah.
I make it out there, no problem. I know how to do a bid now.
Yeah.
I did 4C. I know how to.
How long were you in 4C?
3 months.
3 months.
And
you
now
got out, did 28 days in drug court. And now you're back in 4A.
4A.
Okay.
And I'm in here 2 months.
Now you're in 4A for 2 months.
Now, everything's going good. I'm Commissary King,
Still
going
got
to the store.
The Swansons are going strong.
Putting money in people's books, killing it, eating. And then in my mind is I'm going one more chance at drug court.
Yeah.
And thank God I didn't get that chance. But I'll never forget I was now when you have to go to court in county prison, it's a little pain in the ass process. They wake you up 4 a.m, take you down to the holding cell in the county. You're there for like 3 hours to get your breakfast. And they come, they have to shackle you up, hands and feet, put you with 2 other people. Now it's like a chain. Me and 2 other people
So you're like
chained
old
up.
brothers, where art thou?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that. I'm George Clooney, though.
Yeah.
So they take us to, they take us on the vein. Let me get to court by like 8:30. Been up since 4. It's just a long process.
Okay.
It's
So what
horrible,
happened?
right? I go in front of the judge. Now my lawyer comes down to me and says, "Listen, you need to tell this judge why you want to stay in drug court."
Yeah.
You better, give it to him. Tell him some good stuff. I'm like, all right. I get in front of the judge, right? This is what I say to him. Well, I really want to do it this time, Judge. I forget his name. Anyway, I really want to do it this time. Well, one thing is, I'm on drug court was just how bad drug court was. They put me on medication I didn't want to go on.
Yeah.
Paxil, antidepressants. They put me on. That's how serious it's horrible.
Yeah.
They don't let you do anything. They won't let me work for like the first year.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, they put me on a new.
And they give you mandatory medication?
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's
you have to see a psychiatrist.
Seems pretty unconstitutional.
Whatever he thinks that you should take.
You have to.
You have to take it. And they piss at you to make sure you're taking that stuff too.
Wow.
Shit.
Now, I guess you do have the freedom to not take it, but then you just go to jail.
They're going to put you on some. It's just you're not going to win with them. You do have that right to not take some medications.
Yeah, you could say no, I'm not going to take the medication, but then they're just going to be
on your ass.
You're out of drug court.
You might as well just
Yeah.
So I did not want to take this stuff.
So they didn't like your speech.
They did. Well, I started taking stuff in the county, and I said, "Listen, I'm taking the medication. I see a big difference, and that's it. That's all I got. I don't want to let down my grandfather, my aunt, and my dad were in the court, right? And I come out shackled up, man. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Because the judge was just like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. Well, before my aunt talked, my aunt Joanne's great. She goes, "I want to make sure he goes. I'm going to take him to all his meetings." She's the one that actually got me in the drug court.
Mm-hmm.
She has some connections, and
yeah.
So she was awesome, and she went from the judge. She said, "Listen, I'm gonna make sure he goes," and she did that stuff. She took me to drug court a couple of times. She was awesome, but like I said, my spiel didn't work, and he goes, "Boom, you got 6 months credit right now, so you're gonna do. I'm gonna give you triple RI, which is if you're nonviolent." Which I don't know how I got with that because I had simple assault on my record, but they still gave it to me. You get.
They probably asked about the fight.
3 months. Oh,
they're like, "Yeah, you didn't really do shit."
Wait. What's the simple assault? Real quick.
We started a fight. And my cousins beat someone up in Westchester.
Well, we got knocked down. We got charged with simple assault, and we got knocked down in disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
And triple RI is nonviolent. You get it, which is 3 months off to a year. So every year you get 3 months knocked off. So when he told me, he goes, you got 6 months in, you're going to be doing a year upstate. I thought I was going to get 18 and 36. Yeah. I didn't calculate the triple RI. I didn't know anything about it. So I remember.
I'm sorry.
So
what's triple RI?
It's just when you're upstate, it's a state sentence, and if you don't have any violence on your if your charge is not violent,
yes,
you can be qualified to get triple RI.
So
which
it cuts your time in half.
You cut your times pretty much. You get 3 months off 1 year.
Okay.
So, but when he told me you got 6 months credited, and I think I only had really 5. I forget.
So you thought you were going to jail for 18 months?
I thought I was getting 18. I thought my sentence was 18 and 36. Yeah. But it was actually 2 to 4.
So that was good news.
Good news.
Oh wait, you ended up getting more.
But technically, I got more for parole.
Yeah.
You know, but I went walking back. The sheriffs that take you when you get done court, you know, I said bye to my family. So I'm not going to see them for a while.
Yeah.
I get no visits in the county. I didn't want to, you know. And then, you know, said bye to everyone. You know, I broke my dad's heart. I'll never forget that. But I'm walking back, and the judge like the sheriff that was taking me back. He's like, "What'd you get?" I told him what I got. He's like, "Oh, that's nothing, man." And I had so much relief once I got that too. Like,
so you're out of the county.
I'm out. I'm out of county. Like, I know what I have to do.
Yeah.
And I'm done all this shit because drug court was so stressful. I wasn't ready to, you know, settle down, and it just wasn't for me. It was every night was something stressful. Like paroles were coming up.
Yeah,
you know,
annoying.
it was just crazy. So I'll never forget. I walked back to the block. Now the other kid was telling me about drug court. He thought he was going to get a second chance too.
Yeah.
Now he had a crazy new charge, assault record. He has aggravated assault on staff members at a hospital. He was messed up on clonopins. Now, he asked me what I got. I told him I got 1836. Oh, nice. He's like, oh, I think I want to get off. He gave him a 3 to 6, and he came back crying his eyes out, man. I'll never forget that. And a lot of guys come back crying, man, because they get, on my block, dude, there's guys that were getting 5 to 10. I seen someone get 13 to 26. I mean, there was some real hefty sentences.
Now, just to make sure, like 13 to 26 is 13 to 26 years?
13 to 26 years.
Ooh,
yes.
baby.
Sucks.
So I come back. And everyone's like, oh, what happened? I was like, I got 1836. And I'm just cool about it. And everyone's like, I can't believe. But it's like, at that point, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
you're stuck.
I'm going to make the best out of it. You know, I definitely needed something different in my life because I was definitely going down the wrong path. You know, definitely using and stuff. So that's my county bid, and I get prepped up to do my state bid now.
All right, so you wanna take a quick break?
Take a break, yeah.
And then we'll get into the state.
We're back.
All right.
My God. So basically, we're finished with the county. All you got to do is have a little bit of money, be good with your soup deals. So if you're a guy facing DUI, just fucking stack up on soups.
You're going to get DUI building.
Okay. So
how about real quick, like you'd be fucked if you were poor in there, right?
Oh, my God. Absolutely.
Like if you, let's say you don't have any parents or anybody on the outside sending you money.
Yeah. What's it look like for those guys?
It depends. Like, I'm a picky eater.
Yeah,
I would die of starvation. Really.
Yeah.
You know, but there's some guys that have no money. You have to find a hustle. A lot of guys they make money off drawing. Drawing is a big thing. They drive cards for your girlfriend, for your parents, holidays, and they'll get an envelope. And they'll put a draw on it, purchase and stuff like that. That's a big bid. That's a big money thing. Tattoos. You got guys that can make tattoo guns. You see it more. You see it in the county. Actually more in the county too. But and plucking, which is I almost got plucked. I wanted to get plucked in the county to show, like, I got this in the county. So happy I didn't do it.
What is it?
It's you get some black ink. You know, they heat it up however they do it, and you get like a paper clip, some sharp. Yeah. And they put the ink in it. I think somehow they heat it up and they pluck you.
So a real shitty tattoo.
They stab you.
So they give
shitty,
you
horrible
dots
tattoo.
on you?
Yeah, well, they actually, dude, there's guys.
Like a cool little pattern.
Not just, there's guys that pluck that look like it was done by a gun.
Oh,
there's amazing artists in jail.
Yeah, how about any booze?
Yes. Yes, we'll get to that.
Okay. All right. So we just finished your bid in county. I almost said stint again.
5.5 months.
Talking like
county,
a real pussy over here. It's funny to hear all these and just be like, man, I am a fucking bitch. Like, dude, that's fucking crazy. But so you just got out of county, went to drug court. Or no. Yeah, at the end of drug court, they were like, all right, you're just going to do 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
2 to 4 in state prison.
Yes.
Okay. And now where are you headed right now?
All right.
At 2 to 4.
Now, for Delaware County, you go to upstate to Graterford. Now, how the state works is you got Graterford on the eastern side. So on the eastern side of Pennsylvania, anybody that's in the county jails, when you go upstate, you go to Graterford first. If you're in central PA, you go to Camp Hill first. And if you're in the western side of Pennsylvania, you go to Western State Penitentiary first. But that closed down, so I forget where they go to now. So, but you go there first. Right before now, Camp Hill is the classification jail. It's where you get classified. So I'm in the county, in Delaware County. We go up on Fridays. Mm-hmm. So, but you don't know when you're going. Now, like I said, I was on 4 block, and what you usually do is when you get sentenced to a state sentence, they usually send you to 7 block. Okay, because that's the state block before you go upstate. I heard guys that got sentenced and stayed in there for 2 months before they went. Shit. I think because I was short. I got sentenced on a Tuesday. I went upstate that Friday. Yeah, I was blessed. It was very lucky. I never went to 7 block. They woke me up Friday morning. I had no idea. They just woke me up. So they packed stuff and you're going.
So you fast forward now. You're in what's the state prison?
I'm going to state prison from the county
versus the county. So now you're in there.
The difference is night and day.
It's nice.
Night and day, man. It's just everything. Commissary's way cheaper. For example, a soup in Delaware County, 65 cents. A soup upstate is 23 cents.
Damn.
That's just
the soup market's totally
just everything. I mean, the meat logs in the county are $3.
Soup market.
There's a volatile soup
Dude,
market.
I got a bunch of soup. I live off soup. I'm poor as fuck. I only eat soup.
Oh, me too, man. If you could live on soups and if you could smuggle soups in, you would kill it.
Fuck yeah, dude. I might have to go to. I might have to fucking.
You can make some money.
I would be horrible.
So you're enjoying yourself in state prison comparatively.
Because you're like I said, the difference between county and state is state. There's no getting bailed out state. Yeah, that's your sentence. Your sentence, and you have to be sentenced 2 or more years. Okay. So your back numbers got to be 2 or more years. Yeah. And the numbers are always usually even. I've seen uneven ones, guys that get fucked like 2 to 10 years. Yeah. Now that 3 to 6, what that is. You have to do your front numbers is what you have to do in state prison or county. Your county your county time does count.
So if you get 3 to 6, you're in jail not knowing whether you're going to do 3 or 6 years.
Exactly.
That's kind of sucks.
All depends on
is it based on good behavior?
It's based on a lot of things. It's based on good behaviors. It's based on programs. That's a big thing these days. The biggest program is called TC, the Therapeutic Community. Now, when I first started this back in the early 2000s, it was. Now, I could be wrong about that. It might even started before that, but it was like a 6-month program. Now it was 4 months. And I'll tell you about that when we hit Western. So I go from the county on a Friday, woken up, and I get going to Graterford. Yeah. That's when I meet John D'Amico, man, my old head. And that's another thing in jail, and you're going to have a thing called an old head and your young boy. Yeah. You want to have one of each. More than one is even better. But I had many young.
What's it better to have more old heads or young boys?
See, it depends what we're talking about. Now, my young boys did all my cooking for me. Yeah. They did all my dirt for me.
Why?
Because I hated cooking.
Yeah. I'm saying, why would they do it? You give them shit?
Because they're my own boys. They didn't have my own boys didn't have a lot of money. Yeah. They barely had money, so I
you had like minions when you went to jail.
Exactly, and they're my and I had some big young boys, some tough young boys that had my back and would have let nothing. If anything went down,
I'm sorry. I was texting my cousins to find out where my uncle was warden, but you had young boys?
Young boys.
And old heads, yeah.
Young boys and old heads.
They're must when you get in.
I was right in the middle, my age. I was like,
so an old head.
Someone older than you.
Does what for you, though? I mean, like, he's just kind of like a mentor.
My old head schooled me into the state prison. He told me all about state prison. And my old head, we left Delaware County the same day to go to Graterford and end up being bunkies, cellies together in Graterford.
Oh, that's cool.
We did 2 months together, and then we went from. Now, when you go to Graterford from the county, like I said, this is crazy. You're going from county prison to Graterford. I don't know if you guys ever seen Graterford. It is a different world. It is humongous. Now, a penitentiary, the difference between a prison and a penitentiary is the wall. Now, all federal institutions, for the most part, are penitentiaries. Okay. I'm not sure if they have walls or not, but I know for the state of Pennsylvania, the difference between a penitentiary and a prison is the wall. Some have fences. Some judges have fences.
So it's fenced in. It's a penitentiary.
No, this wall. If you have a big ass.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
2-story wall that goes around the entire.
So that's a penitentiary.
Place.
Then it's a penitentiary.
So Graterford's penitentiary.
And a prison is a fence.
It's
like the barbed wire fence.
Barbed wire.
That's the only difference.
So listen.
Crazy.
Like I said, for state in state of Pennsylvania, that's the difference. And other states could be different. And federal's different. But for the most, upstate in Pennsylvania, that's the difference. Now, so Graterford's got this humongous wall. Now, I'm saying you coming from county prison, never seen this place, and it's just how big it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I walked a mile to get to the block from when I got in there. We get down, and it's just cool how the guards, how different they are than county. They respect you more, and they're just a lot cooler. I remember being in like the intake section at Graterford compared to Delaware County. You're locked in, the door's shut, and it sucks. In Graterford, the door's open. You can walk out to use the bathroom. You don't have to use it in the actual place. You don't have
to shit in front of people.
And they're just don't have to shit. It's just like it's so much better.
Yeah. Also, I would imagine, and tell me if I'm right here, is like in the county prison, there's got to be like a sense of like desperation and stress because you don't know what the fuck's going on. You think you're getting out. You think you're fucked. There's got to be so much more stress in county versus state where, like you said, you just here's what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so stressed out before I got my state sentence. Like I said, I came back and everyone's like, "Why are you so cool?" It's just it's such a relief. Like I'm doing.
So I need to fast forward back to your minions. Did your old head tell you to get minions? Like, how did you find out to get young boys? And how
did they wear
the
overalls?
County told me about it. It was just like, oh, that's my young boy. Oh, that's my old head.
So you wanted young boys
talking about. Yeah, especially the ones I got, man. I had some riders, man. That's another word is rider.
Yeah.
If you call your girl a rider, that means my girl was a rider. Like she was great. She was just like an awesome woman. Someone that's is gonna be there for you. Like, my dad was my rider for this thing. Somebody I can always count on, send me money. Matt, you were a rider. You picked up every time I picked the phone, wrote me.
Newports too.
You told everybody I was in, so I'm getting letters, and that's the thing. Getting mail in prison, it's like it's gold.
Yeah.
It's just like every day you'd be waiting for 4 o'clock to come to see if you're getting mail. They call it, and if you don't get it, they call it a drive-by. Oh, Lynch got a drive-by. You just see the guard going by because the mail times every time. That's the best. Drive-by. That's just so funny. So, my young boys and before I had
did you ever use your young boy? Did they ever come like?
I could have. They would have ridden. Well, especially my first young boy was in the county. And I look back at it now, and that's why I know he was my young boy. I took care of him, gave him some sushi, he was poor, but he was a fighter. He's like, I got you back. Don't know what's going to happen to you. And just like they just look up to you, like I'm like some type of godsend to them. Mm-hmm. So I'll give them a soup whenever they want.
That's insane how important soup is.
I understand.
Soup and coffee. Now you get a bag of instant coffee. They're called shots. Now a shot of coffee goes for soup, and this is in the county. The state's different, all that stuff. But, my own boys always got shots of coffee when they want it, and they were wild boys that would do whatever, because my young boy in the county was going to pluck me. And, plucks are expensive, man. He was going to pluck me for free.
Damn.
I mean, like I said, I always looked out for him and stuff. Yeah. But when I left the county Friday morning, I gave him all my commissary, all my stuff. Yeah. My own boy. I like to bump into him. I forget his name, but he was a good dude, young black boy.
Stay in the whatchamacallit?
Now it's state
prison.
And then
what happened? Was there anything notable that happened in there?
Well, so you went to Graterford. My old head. We were cellies. He told me everything. Told me the difference. Like I said, commissary, you could smoke. You could smoke up there.
That's chill.
And the biggest drug in prison is a drug called K2. They call it Tukey. Fake weed. It's like marijuana. The reason they have it in there because you can't test for it.
Like now, the gas station shit you buy.
I have a experience with Tukey and Graterford. That's a pretty funny story. I was with one of my young boys from Aston. Now he was a hippie kid, stoner kid. Now K2 makes you trip in a way. It really like when you smoke it, you're just like it's a bad drug, real bad. But people they bug out on it, they stress. Now we and him get a stick for like $3 for that's cheap upstate. A couple soups.
So you got a couple soups for a stick of K2.
Now I want to.
Awesome.
So I'm in. Like I said, when I was in Graterford, I was on E block first for 6 weeks. Now I did a long stint in Graterford, which is really not unheard of, but the jails are so populated. If you had under 2 years, you're going to spend a week and go right to Camp Hill to get classified.
Yeah.
If you had anything more than 2 years, oh really?
I lived in Camp Hill.
Oh,
yeah,
that's Camp Hill, man. Wait to hear about
What
that place.
happened with this deuce when you guys smoked it?
So I'm on E block now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working out. I'm getting strong, feeling
Smoking
good. Now I want to
deuce,
relax. I'm going to smoke one deuce stick. Now, the kid told me, he's like a hippie kid, said, listen, I'm the best person you want to trip with. You know, everyone trips with me, you know. Because I was telling him, like, dude, I'm not really trying to bug out off this shit. I'm just trying to take a hit, you know. I was not looking, you know. I heard all these crazy stories about it.
Yeah.
So he's telling me that he's the best person to smoke with and trip with. He's going to take care of me, you know, blah, blah, blah. So
you're in jail with an evil hippie, basically.
Evil hippie. And we're this time... Like I said, I went from E block, which was when you're getting classified. Because E block is everyone that's getting ready to go to Camp Hill, or PVs, guys that fall.
Okay.
And another difference is PVs are in blues.
All
you're
right.
in blue clothes. Now, if you're going to Camp Hill, you're in a yellow jumpsuit.
Okay.
That thing sucked. I wore that thing
minion.
for 3 months.
Really
yeah,
are,
exactly.
So what happened with this fucking dude?
So now I'm at, like I said, on E block was, you know, we had yard every other yard time or block out.
Yeah.
Now I did 6 weeks and I get to A block because, like I said, everything was filled up. So they put a lot of us before we went to Camp Hill to A block, which was 23-1. So we were able to walk to meals, and we were able to go to commissary,
so
get haircuts.
23 hours a day.
We won at, it was horrible. So we played 1-on-1 spades. That was awesome. And we played gin and rummy. Me and one of these young boys, right, tell me that I'm the best person to strip with. So we smoked the deuce. And I'm loving it. I'm chilling. I'm, you know, on my deuce high, playing spades and stuff. Dude, after 5 minutes, I'm like all swole too. I'm doing, you know, I'm getting kind of big and stuff, feeling great. We're playing cards, and all of a sudden he's like a woofer, you know, looks like jerk his head up real quick. You hear that? I'm like, what? I didn't hear nothing, man. Come on. And then I'm trying to get him out of it, right? He does it again. Yo. You hear what they just said? Now, someone said something over the loudspeaker. He thinks what they said on the loudspeaker was our cell, whatever our cell was, and it said our names. We know you guys are smoking K2. We're coming down.
we know you're smoking
K2. We're coming down to take you to the hole. He tells me this. I grab the other half of the stick and flush it down the toilet.
Fuck.
Now, sorry, but before all this goes, right, now he kept jerking his head up. And he told me that. I thought he was kind of bullshitting around.
Bugging out in jail.
Now, when you're in your jumpsuit, right? When you get in your cell in your jumpsuit, you take it off and you tie the arms around your thing. You're just chilling stuff. This motherfucker, man, puts his jumpsuit on, starts packing his box. No, we have boxes when you go to Camp Hill, travel and stuff. He starts packing up all his boxes.
He's ready
everything
for the
in the room, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not knowing what's going on, you know.
He's gonna break out.
Then he comes over to me, puts his hands out like a gentleman. He goes, "It's nice to meet you, Phil, man. You know, what are you talking about? Dude? We're going to the hole." I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here, dude. Bug the hell out. Now, every time I hear keys, I'm at the gate looking out. I'm waiting for the cops to come down on me. And all night, dude, all night, I'm, you know, for like the first 2 hours after this happened, every time I heard the keys, I'm at the gate. And like, fucking 2 hours, no one comes by. We're not getting locked up. We're not going in the hole. He was just fucking bugging the fuck out.
Bugged out, yeah.
That was it. You know, and then the next day we're bidding on him hard. I told a couple people a story, dude, and we're just cracking up.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. But so now I'm going to camp. Now I get Camp Hill. Now you don't know.
How long were you in Graterford?
3 months.
Okay.
3 months in Graterford, and then they transfer you to Camp Hill.
Camp Hill. Now you don't know you're going to Camp Hill till the night of. The guard comes by, packs up all your stuff, and he takes your boxes. You get boxes when you go. You know, he counts all your commissaries and whatever your food is.
So it comes with you.
Comes with you. So the next day, you told me we're going to Camp Hill. All the people I came in the Graterford with were all going to Camp Hill, and they're all the dudes at my old head.
Yeah.
We're all doing biz with. So we all go to Camp Hill together, which is great because I'm going to Camp Hill. Now, Camp Hill is so strict. Especially when you're in blues. Now I went from a yellow jumpsuit to blues in Camp Hill.
Blue is for parole violations.
In Graterford it is.
In Graterford.
And then Camp Hill, it means you're about to you're not yet classified.
Okay.
So they don't know what level I am, all that stuff.
So it's like military kind of?
Camp Hill was military, man. It was now in jail they have a thing called count. In the county, you don't even know. They don't even call count. They just come around and make sure everyone's in. They do it 4 times a day. Upstate Graterford, they announce it count time in the morning around 6:30, in the afternoon around 12, in the evening time around 4, and before lights are out like 9:30. But Graterford don't matter. Some guards will make you staying up, but it was cool. At Camp Hill, every count when you're in blues, you had to be at the door with your lights on, both you and your cell. It was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Every morning, and if you didn't, you get in trouble. Quick, another funny story. Like I said, I'm so green. I'm in Graterford, right? And then I'm on the A block, which was still kind of strict, 23 and 1.
Yeah.
We don't get time to really mingle with people. We're coming back from dinner time.
Mingle's a funny word.
Now, my boy is at
Christian
the end.
Mingle.
This guy's actually named Chris. He's at the end of the block.
Yeah.
Graterford blocks are so long. And I had to get something from like coffee or tobacco or something. And now when we came back from the meals, it's supposed to be at your door, ready to go in. So I tried to run down and get my stuff from him. So I run down, and next thing you know, when I'm running down, I hear the gates being open. That means they had this lever that opens up all of the cells in Graterford, how old it is. So I hear the lever go off, and I'm going down. I'm like, shit, come on, keep going, Phil, keep going. And then they say, lock it in, everyone get in. So everyone goes in. Now I'm at him getting my stuff now when they're saying this stuff. So I'm running back when everyone's in, and I'm so noticeable. All the guards see me. And they go, my state number is LR3892. They call me in the loudspeaker to the bubble, which is in the middle of the block where all the guards sit. And they took my ID. I shit myself because I thought I was going to the hole for something so stupid. But I was so goddamn scared. I was like, I can't go to the hole, man. I'm going to fuck up my parole and all that stuff. So they took my ID, dude. I was so nervous for 24 hours, and Chris and John were bidding off me. He's like, oh, man, that's not good. Now, it's nothing, really. Now, sometimes it's the main thing to take your ID, but they're not going to take my ID because I went down and got some coffee for somebody. They're not sending me to the hole for that. But I don't know any better. I'm scared to death because they're bidding off me.
And then, what is the hole? What do you got to do?
The hole is 23.
Just by yourself?
I've never been in the hole.
Yeah.
I've been in whole-life situations like that 23 and 1,
yeah.
But it's way worse. You get no commissary. The only thing you get is cosmetics. And it's just 23 hours that you're locked in.
Locked in your own particular cell by yourself.
By yourself.
For
How
23
long do people
hours.
do this?
Dude, there's guys, and when we get to Camp Hill, there's this thing called the Camp Hill riots.
Yeah.
It happened back in the late 80s. There's guys that are starters of that riot are still in the hole from that day.
Solitary confinement.
And there's a story in Graterford.
As long as I've been alive.
There's
in solitary confinement. That's fucking
A famous
nuts.
story is there was this biker from Graterford, was in Graterford, and he was in the hole for over a year, for a long time. And when he got released from the hole, he was so messed up. He was just so screwed up in the head that the day he got out, he killed a cop. And he says because he was locked in solitary confinement for so long, he might have actually 3 years. It was a long time.
Okay,
but so it mentally drains you.
So what happened when you're in the
with the my
Camp
ID?
Hill?
Oh, Camp Hill. So I go to Camp Hill, find about just real strict. Like I said, you have to be at the yards every day. I'm in Camp Hill short because I'm at short.
Yeah.
My minimum's coming up. So I'm in Camp Hill 3.5 weeks. Thank God. Nothing crazy happens there just because it's so
you're out,
so strict. It just sucked, And Camp Hill is in and out. My old head was on my block, but he was in a different section. But we went to yard together. And like I said, the food upstate so much better. I was right before Thanksgiving. That's right. But the meals were great.
Okay.
But
so nothing
crazy at Camp Hill at all.
So you're saying the county,
strict
it's
as
nicer
hell.
than the county jail.
Nicer. Graterford and Camp Hill, a lot nicer. You can smoke.
So then you go to where? Pittsburgh after that?
Pittsburgh.
How was that?
He wanted to hear about the hooch, but we made hooch one night in Graterford. Like I said.
Oh, because you made
the deuce thing.
So that's the liquor. People don't sneak liquor in. You make it.
Yeah, you make it. Now the first celly I had on the A block, 23 and 1.
Yeah.
Now you're locked in 23 hours a day. You're gonna think of some shit together.
Yeah,
Not the one I smoked deuce with. It's the second one. His name was Little Irish. He was a stand-up comedian.
Really?
Real funny. He got a 6 to 12 for robbing 7-Elevens with a BB gun. He was a funny bastard, though. He was my bid. He still writes me to this day. He's in Somerset.
He's still in there.
He joined the Aryan Brotherhood.
Whoa, he's a white supremacist?
White supremacist, man. You got Irish. Now, I think the reason is because when you're in Aryan Brotherhood, their sign is the 3-leaf clover.
Yeah.
And if they see you have that on, and the game's really big in that area, and you come in with a 3-leaf clover, you're either going to join them or you have to black that out.
Really?
So I think he
joined the Aryan Brotherhood over
a tattoo? I believe so. It was over the tattoo.
Shit.
I don't know much about it, but yeah.
Or maybe he wanted to join a little bit, too.
I think, sure, because he was looking at...
What's he
doing
talking
12
about?
years. Just ask me how I'm doing, man. I got to write him back. I gotten about 4 letters from him. You know, every time it's like,
another thing too.
Fuck, I missed a white supremacist
in 2017,
story.
you're not allowed to have white supremacists. For obvious reasons, you're not allowed to have white. So he met a guy in jail who was cool, who now he found out is in the white
he's the one
brotherhood.
we made booze when I was the KT story. It was my second cellie and that A block in Graterford before I went to Camp Hill at 23-1, and he made booze for us. We had to get sugar, and on Commissary you only order 1 bag of sugar a week because they know you need sugar to make alcohol.
Yeah.
And fruits. We had a lot of fruits in the morning time. Breakfast once a week we get some type of fruit. I forget what we had. I think we had apples and oranges. I forget what we had.
So you saved it all up and made wine?
And bread. The yeast, the yeast and bread. And he made it. And we drank it one night, man. And we got a nice little buzz.
You guys got fucked up.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that's right. In
That's
Graterford,
awesome.
man.
Now,
it was cool.
how like would the guards be? Would they fuck you up?
Oh,
for that,
man.
or?
Well, he was doing 6 to 12, and I was kind of worried about that because I had short time. And he was like, listen, if anything happens, it's on me. He's like, I got 12 years. I'm 6 to 12 years. He knows what I'm getting out. And this dude was robbing 7-Elevens with a BB gun. That's how he got his sentence. He actually was a stand-up comedian from Philly. His name was, I forget his name.
Little Irish is what he said.
Little Irish is his nickname. But he's in Somerset.
Phil was saying he had a 3-leaf clover, and that's like a sign of like one of the white supremacy gangs.
Yeah.
So if you roll in jail with that, they say either like black that out or join us. And apparently he opted. He's like, well, fuck it, I got the tattoo.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, you
I wouldn't want to get plucked.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, they got guns.
See, that's so funny. I wouldn't want to get a tattoo. I'd be like, this might hurt.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are out there getting fucking plucked.
They got guns.
Sounds terrible.
Upstate, you can buy a fan, and what they do is they take the motor out the fan and they make a gun. Upstate, they got some really nice tattoo machines and stuff. It's crazy.
So then what happened?
Camp Hill, like I said, nothing. We made alcohol and Graterford. Camp Hill was 3.5 weeks. I got classified real quick. Thank God.
Fast forward.
Real strict.
What year were you in Camp Hill?
2014 or
damn, dude, I drove past you a couple times.
Did you?
During that 3-week period,
hilarious.
I definitely
14.
drove.
Yeah, I think 2014.
I definitely drove past you during that time.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
So
I got out there quick.
I lived in Camp Hill at that time.
Yeah,
really?
he was there.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
what happened? You seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're now. Like I said, that's the classification to jail. But I don't know if you noticed, they got the fence.
Yeah.
What they have is called a gun line. Now they have this in the yard. They got guards on towers.
They'll shoot
every
you.
yard between yard, and there's a line. If you go across that line, they're going to threaten to shoot you. And I seen that happen. A guy tried getting a basketball, crossed the line, and hell broke loose. All the guns came out, cocked.
It's like
ready
he
to
got
shoot him.
game.
It was the
Yeah,
pellet.
yeah.
Isn't that exactly what happened?
They got the shotgun with the pellets in it. So it's not. It's going
It's
to
like
fuck
riot
you up,
control
man.
shit.
But riot control stuff. But yeah, I'll never forget that. Get down, get back. The dude was trying to get a basketball that was caught on the ball right fence.
I would have shot it. I would have shot the basketball.
That guard in that tower's been waiting for that.
Yeah, dude, that's the
He's
thing.
like,
They're
fucking
living for that
finally.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
They want that stuff.
I'm surprised
you
you didn't catch your little rubber bullet. So how
Me
was
too.
Pittsburgh then? So then
know?
fast forward to
I
Pittsburgh.
go
So
Western
you go
State
from Camp
Penitentiary is my
Hill
home jail. That's why I
to-
get classified to
okay.
go there. And the reason is how they do it is I had to do TC program, Therapeutic Community. And like I said, it's 4 months. So how they do it is whoever's short to the minimum, and I was short to my minimum. My minimum was August 25th, 2015.
That's your minimum of 2 years.
That's my minimum of, that's my triple RI minimum.
Okay, so
of
unless,
18 months.
Unless you hit the button, explain what that is.
Hit the button. Oh, hit the max button?
Yeah.
All right, the max button is, like I said, my sentence was 2 to 4 years. I did 18 months. I did not hit the max button. But guys hit that max button because they don't want to go out on the streets and be on parole. You know, and I'll tell you why when you hear my stories in a second. But parole's just a pain in the ass. At the time, I didn't know anything about it. But there's so many guys that said, I'm just going to hit, they said we're going to max out. I think you came up with the max. That's what it is. It's called the max button. They hit the max button. They just say, fuck it. I'm not doing my programs. I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do.
So you can say fuck
and
you
you
to
just
the
do
guards.
what I want. But you're not going to do too much because you get thrown in the hole.
Yeah.
And you do not want to be in the
You just
hole.
want to get like one fight or something.
But you want to get, well, a lot of guys just do, they either fail a year, but you fail a year and you're still going to get to the hole. You're just going to not do your programs.
Yeah.
You're going to keep failing out your programs. Because TC is a real strict program, depending on what TC you want. Mine was kind of laid back, but still you had to do stuff. Like, it was 4 months, 4 different phases, and a lot of fun. I never laughed so hard in such a long time being in TC.
You're the leader,
weren't
right?
Tony believe. What it is Your first phase, you're just an overseer. Now, the end of my first phase, I got bumped to safety crew leader. You have the senior coordinator, assistant coordinator, safety crew leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe like I think there's 8 spots altogether.
Yeah.
And what is a therapeutic community. You know, you're in a different part of the jail, away from, you're not in general population.
So your own little suite, kind of.
I was in Western States. Was the oldest running state prison in Pennsylvania, but the TC they actually built new cells and stuff.
So you have air conditioning and shit.
Air conditioning was beautiful, and I was, I went up the ranks quick. I was safety crew leader when I wasn't supposed to be because someone got kicked off. And then my second phase,
someone hit the fucking max button. It was like,
that happens so many times.
So wait,
TC.
and just so in the TC, it's a therapeutic thing
community,
and
for
therapeutic
4 months.
community. And is it like kind of like almost like an AA type situation where you're in a meeting and you talk about
AA and NA is a little different.
Yeah.
Therapeutic community, you could be in it for anything, for violence too.
Yeah. But I mean, same type of vibe.
Yeah, it's pretty much to get you like a set schedule. We woke up every morning after breakfast. We had our morning meeting, and what he does is people on the line, like you have the assistant coordinator, senior coordinator, and all these different. And you have to go out. Now, my phase 2, I became assistant coordinator, which my title was nothing. I said one thing at the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
I had to say how the meeting was going, and every time I said the meeting was going great, I got called out on it. There's a couple dudes take it. That's the thing. They call them TC Tigers. Yeah. Guys take it so serious, man. And they have things called pull-ups, and we have to do one pull-up a week. I got to tell on you for doing something. If you did something bad, I got to pull you up. And now everyone's got to do it. And they got push-ups. We have to do one push-up and one pull-up a week. Uh-huh. So nobody wants to tell on no one. Yeah. You got the TC Tigers that are going to try to get you kicked out. And I've seen guys get stabbed because someone got someone kicked out over something so stupid and he fucked up your parole. Yeah. Because you have to complete it and make parole. It's crazy.
Yeah. So most people are kind of cool and they're just...
I had my cellie in TC. I actually switched. Thank God I did. His name was something Housley. I forget his name. I fucked with him so bad. It's not even funny. He was in state for a DUI. Okay. He was a little crazy. He did. He
was in state prison for a DUI.
It was like fifth one, right? And he did it.
5
and he had like a 1 to 2 this time, and he had a 1 to 2 again before.
So what were you doing?
Different. Now he was a TC. He did TC before, and he was one of those. His dude was like, his girlfriend was cheating on him to pay rent out there, and like he knew about it. He just got like walked. So but he was an asshole. He was such an asshole. He was an asshole, right? Mm-hmm. And the worst thing about him was he would pick up cigarette butts all throughout the state and bring them back in my cell and re-roll them, called re-rolls. Yeah. And it just, his fingers were all disgusting. And I bought him with finger tobacco one time, and he wasn't thankful. He wasn't thankful at all. He was a complete asshole. In the cell at night, I would just sit there on the top bunk, and I always picked the top bunk because I just felt more comfortable. I felt away from everything. Yeah. A lot of people want the bottom. I like the top. I felt like in the bottom you get dirt going on you and stuff. So I would be laying there on the top bunk and just start saying dumb shit to him. Like, yo, man, your girl, like, I fucked with him. Like, I was so ruthless to him. He was such an asshole. There's stuff I said to him.
Big? Like, could you have fucked him up? If...
We're about the same size. I definitely would have took him. It definitely would have been a little tussle.
Making fun of him for his girlfriend being a whore?
Everything, whore, just, I'm trying to think of stuff I made fun of him for, man. But he took TC so serious. And he was a TC Tiger that I went from safety crew leader towards the end of phase 1, which is unheard of. You can't be on the line. Then we get, and everyone votes. Yeah. Now I become assistant coordinator, and he doesn't even get on the line yet. And he's so pissed off, right? Now I start abusing my authority. Now, all right. Now I don't start abusing my authority till I get to, and then I go from assistant to senior coordinator. That's the highest you can go.
Some power now.
Because once you get to assistant, you only can go to senior. And I'm surprised I even got it. Yeah. But I got voted because I was cool, man. Because when you're assistant and senior, your door's never locked, only for count. Yeah. So I was walking around the block. I would pass stuff for people. I never pull people up. Everything, I ran the place real good. Yeah. So, but I used to be like, hell, you go lock in right now. When the guards were around and stuff. I remember one time, because I was loud out. And everyone had to lock in. And he was getting coffee. He was such a moosh, too. And he was so bad with it. And he would never say thank you. And it was just like,
so you lock him down.
Every time I feel bad for him, I give him a coffee. But I did it so I could fuck with him more. I remember one time, man, I think he was supposed to come in. And I shut his door. And he didn't see me shut his door. And everyone's going in. And it was time to lock down. TC, when it's time to lock down, you have to lock the fuck down. You're going to get in trouble, right? He goes to his door and he can't open it. Housley, what the hell are you doing, Housley? Lock in right now. And he was, fuck you, Rich. You don't tell me what to do. I'm like, Housley, you better lock in or I'm going to pull your ass up, man. You ain't. And, dude, I used to do that shit to him all the time, dude. Like, I just abused my authority with him. And everyone loved it. Everyone used to be like, yo, Phil, please fuck with Housley. No, Lynch, do me a favor. Please fuck with Housley right now. Please. I'll never forget. Matthew Willis always do it to me. Lynch, I'm having a real bad day, man. Do me a favor. Like, yeah, what's up, man? Can you please fuck with Housley? Awesome. I would just kill him, man. And he deserved he was an asshole. But as I said, every now and then I'll feel bad. I'll give him tobacco, some coffee. Yeah. But that's my payment for me to fuck with him as much as I want. So, and there was another funny guy, Tony Balia. He was funny as hell. He was so dumb, but he was so funny. And after every meeting, when I was senior coordinator, I had to do a quote. I had to say something. And everyone had to say it down the line. When you were done doing your speech, you had to say like a daily quote. Like, I don't know, like, if it's working, then keep working it. And like, you know, stuff will cover you later, right? Yeah. Now, my aunt sent me these. I didn't even ask her to. She just sent me these quotes that just keep my spirit up and stuff. Yeah. The one, dude, I got to remember this, man. It was so stupid, but it was so funny. And it was like, does everyone know? It was like something like this. I asked a question, a dumb question. And I would say the answer was like, I can't forget what it was. It's like, you know, there's no I in team, or there's something like that. I'll think of what it was. Yeah. But I would use it.
It's like a generic.
Now, I use it every time, pretty much almost every time, and everyone's getting sick and tired of it and stuff. But so the one time I used it, they're like, you can't use it no more. The counselors that ran the group, they were gone one time, and I used it, and I couldn't say it. I was laughing, and everyone was cracking up, and it was stuff like that. But when I first said it to Balia, and like I said, he was dumb. He was not very educated. Yeah. He was just a funny little Italian kid, little short motherfucker, funny shit. I remember when I said the quote to him, right, and I stood up, and I knew it was going to be a funny quote because it was so dumb, like the question and the answer. And then I said the question to him, right? Now, I'll never forget it. Now, he's looking at me like this. And when I asked him the question, he was just, and I said the answer. He was, and he took it. You just saw him register. He took a little bit to register, and he put a big smile, and he got it, dude. I lost it, dude. I literally went back to my cell, and I laughed out loud for an hour straight. Everyone was telling me to shut up. And I just kept thinking of his dumb little face, and he just like figuring out. And just, dude, it was dude. I was roaring, man. But that's how TC was. Yeah. It was like you had to pull people up, you had to tell people for dumb stuff. You had things. So you just crushed
Housley the whole time.
I crushed Housley left and right, made fun of him, and me and Balia bit it off each other. We told on each other for dumb stuff. Yeah. You know, and it was just. I wish.
And this was all at
Western State Penitentiary.
And Western State Penitentiary is the
my home
building
jail
in Pittsburgh.
Right? It's a prison in Western State Penitentiary.
Yeah, is that the one we were talking about?
That was my home jail.
How many stories is that thing? How tall is that? That's like
Western State Penitentiary. Western Penitentiary has the wall. They call it the wall.
Oh, okay. No,
like Graterford.
Which one's the one?
That's the county, Allegheny County.
That's Allegheny
County. That's like 8 stories. Okay. And I could see that. It was cool because I wasn't in TC. I was in the new section, and the cells were stories, like the buildings to it. Yeah. And even the old side was too. Yeah. It was 5 tiers up, the old side, and you actually could see the bridges.
See, like a window you could look out.
Not in the regular population, and like I said, we had to walk up the steps to get to the TC block. Yeah. And the jail. So once you got to a certain level, you could see over over the wall.
Nice.
So what happened after TC?
So I get done TC, and then they had this thing called recovery block, which is like you're still in air conditioning. I had 4 months ago on my sentence. Yeah. I haven't even seen parole yet, and every senior and assistant coordinator got to go to the recovery block. But I remember the guards. The one guard was a real big TC dude, and he didn't like me because I fucked around. I did telling people, and everyone still voted me to be in. Yeah. He wouldn't let me go on the recovery block right away. he said, I was supposed to go right through the club. Like, I get sent to general population. You hear all the stories about general population. That's where, like, all the shit goes down, all the gangs are.
Yeah.
No AC. I was looking at this. I got April 420 is when I graduated TC. So I'm looking at summer with no AC. So I'm like, I'm hearing all these crazy stories, how bad all the gangs, all the violence over there.
Like, what type of stories? Do you have any?
Stabbings. A lot of stabbings.
How many
a lot
stabbings
of fights.
have you seen?
I've seen up close one. Far away, like, I'm going to say 2 or 3, like, far away ones, but up close in the showers in Western State, both sides. I've seen a close one.
Oh, you were in the shower while someone got fucking stabbed?
Yeah, with the showers in Western State, it was different. Again, Graterford, quick, with group showers was, when you got to Graterford, there was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 8 showers on the block, but it was a big ass room. Now, when you're in regular population, you got that to yourself because you would be out for 2 hours for yard and stuff. But I was in the yellow jumpsuit. They would march us all down. I had a whole tier of, I want to say there was 50 guys that had to take showers, and they'll lock like 10 to 12 of us in a door. They'll lock the door for like 15 minutes, and there's all shower, and we all got down to our whitey tighties. Yeah. And everyone showered.
I always wondered how the fuck it was possible to get that, like, to get fucking raped in the shower. How do they not have a fucking guard to fucking stop that shit?
See, now the raping is not like it used to be.
Okay.
Guys that get raped are the ones that want it.
Yeah.
There's a guy, guys, and like...
yeah, so they want to get raped, or they're just in there.
There's guys that sell their.
Oh, they just want to get.
When I went to general population and Western, there was a guy there selling his ass and his mouth.
Okay.
And
no hand, just ass and mouth.
I'm sure he did hand.
But a hand for a fucking can of soup.
He's selling a mouth and an ass. No one's really buying a hand.
You get some fucking chi-chi or whatever.
That's a lot.
That's a butt.
Like, I think it was 2 kites for a blowjob.
What's a kite?
A kite is tobacco. It's actually menthol tobacco.
Yeah.
You get a pouch. You get a thing of
so
wraps,
how many cigarettes
joint
is
wraps. It's 32 papers.
So okay,
when you got
so
package, you got
was
32
blowing
papers
dudes for like
2
3
kites.
packs of
for
fucking
$5.
menthols.
Street dollars, $5.
Wow. So what do you do with that? And then you save up the packs and trade them for other stuff?
Yeah, kite was the currency in jail. Now you can buy a big bag of bugler or kite, but everyone bought the little things for $2.50, and they're just
so
currency.
what if you get out and you have all this tobacco? What do you do with it?
Someone could send you your people money. There's
you can sell it to them.
Sell like that. But
okay.
I use my kites. I would buy extra kitchen food. Chicken patty day. Always had like 4 extra patties.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That was a big thing.
Did you have an ice connect?
I had an ice connect, which was unheard of because the only time you get the ice was in the hole. The guys that worked in the hole, and the whole jail was only, I think, a total of 5 guys that worked.
So all your beverages didn't have ice?
So my one guy, no one had ice. Not even a chow hall. He just had water, right? The guy I was in TC with, man, never forget, man. What's his name, man? But he would always be like, "Oh, what's up?" I'll think of his name, but I would say, "What's up with his name?" Oh man, you already know. Every time he would do that, he was
some ice.
He was a white Egyptian guy.
Okay.
No, what's that? And like, what was Brad Pitt in that movie with Snatch?
Oh,
gypsy. He was a gypsy.
Gypsy.
He had tattoo. He did like 13. He has a body in prison.
Damn.
Yeah, he did like, I think it was like 15 years. He got caught a body in prison.
Fuck.
Because they would have beat it and not get an additional murder charge. My buddy, man. He came on the.
How'd you establish the ice trade with him?
Well, me and him were in TC together, and I was in phase 3 when he was in phase 1. I took care of him. And, told him, and then we got real close. We played basketball together because when we were in TC, we got gym. We actually went to the gym 1 hour every Saturday, and we played ball together. And I was hooping.
How were those games?
Great, man.
Were people good?
Some of the best basketball I ever played in my life was in prison. I got my game back.
Suck play?
Well, you had 2 different. Well, the main yard, you had a full court and a half court.
Okay.
So you had like the guys the good games at the half court.
The
good games at the full court.
Like the guys that can play are on the fucking court. The shitty people. There's Asians around.
That's exactly how it was, man. But I balled my ass off, man. But this guy had ice. He was one that works at the hole. And I would buy him a thing of juice for like $2 every week. Powder juice. It was like high C. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And every night I got a cup of ice.
Nice. So you could drink a cold soda
every night. It was so good. Not soda, a juice.
Oh, you drink
and
cold juice.
You could buy a thing called soda tickets and ice cream tickets. And every Wednesday, Western State Penitentiary, they would bring out this cart. These two guys, the lifers, would carry these carts, and one cart had all ice cream. And for one ticket, you can get like an ice cream bar, and for 4 tickets, you get like a little pint, like a little half pint of ice cream or full pint.
Damn.
God.
And then for one ticket, soda ticket
for ice cream.
a soda ticket, man. I had it every dude. Once I found out about them, dude, every night I got every Wednesday.
Since you've been out, have you do you see people taking that shit? Like, is it funny to see how much everybody takes that shit for granted?
Oh my God. Like,
it's gotta be crazy.
Ice, man. Ice was like, dude, coming back from yard every night and having that cup of ice was so good, especially in the summertime. No air conditioner was that.
Oh, God.
Like, oh my God, dude. It was like heaven on earth. And I was like, dude, I'll give you a kite, whatever you want, man. But
now, how about, I'd like to go back to that guy who was selling his butt.
Yeah.
What, like, did everyone fucking shit on him? Like, was he, like, zero respect in there, or, like...
Because he was giving ass to lifers and stuff, so no one... And he, like I said, he did his thing. Yeah. You know, if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. But he didn't bother anybody else. His ass was for sale. He wasn't taking ass because... He could have taken nobody's ass. He was giving it up.
Yeah.
And he liked that. And that's the thing with prison these days. There's so many people. There's so many. It's bigger scale now. Like, I went to state prison. Back in the 70s, I probably would have went out to state prison for the most part. You know? But now there's so many people in it now. You got guys that, you know, you got a lot of gay guys. Dudes, and a lot of guys are willing to do that and use it as payments, you know? But, yeah, like I think Halsey was on the low.
That's cool. He's letting lifers fuck him in the ass.
But he was getting money. Yeah. But he was getting money and stuff. But he was getting. But if no one, like, people did associate with him. Like, I would never play cards with him. I would never be seen in his presence. And it's good to know that type of stuff. And another big thing when you go to prison, state prison, is you have your paper of what your charge was. You know, and every time you get in a cell, you gotta have that ready because everyone wants to see what you're in here for. Now, if you're a toucher, you're a rapist, you're getting fucked with like no other. And 90% of the time, those guys clock out to PC, protective custody. You know, I've seen it happen so many times. When I was in TC, there was a kitty toucher.
Yeah.
And they demand their paperwork?
He had 7.5 to 15 years. And he had to do TC to make parole. He was already in his 10th year. He came from a different prison to do TC. Western was a big TC. They had new buildings and stuff. And I didn't find out till like a couple of weeks after being in TC with them. Someone told me. And then my boy Willis, they would just tell me, he was always hanging out with the dude. And when I pulled Willis aside, and you want to let someone know that. So, do you know that this dude's a toucher? And just let you know, you don't want to be associated with them. And he stopped that right away, you know. And no one, like I said, that guy had over 10 years in. And I'm sure I know he got fucked with every day nonstop. Yeah. You know, and me and him almost had it at one point.
You guys almost fought?
We almost, I would say I was an asshole. I was a senior coordinator. And I did what I wanted. I gave people the jobs I wanted to do. Yeah. And the phone list was a big thing when TC, because we had 3 phones. And every night when we had, you either had yard, every other night we had called block out. We go out to the block. If you don't want to go to yard, you can stay in and you can sign up for the phone. You get 15 minutes. There's 3 slots for each phone every night. And so I was in charge of giving people jobs and stuff. And he kept asking me, he wanted to do some. I was like, don't talk to me. You know, I just said, somebody take the fuck away from me. So one time, the phone job is a pain in the fucking ass. Yeah. You know, and because everyone's like, wants to get extra time. It's just a hassle.
So you got to cut people off from talking to like their wife and shit.
So I give the job to him.
It's a toucher, dude. That's what he gets.
He's going to get help.
So wait, now the toucher, like when you say fuck with him, like are you talking beating his ass, like fucking him up, or are you talking?
I believe he did when he got to general population. I believe a couple dudes rained down on him and gave him a good beating and stuff. I know they took his TV. You know, they gave him hell. You know, you're getting hell in there, man. When you're if you don't go to PC. And I don't know what happens when you have to do a program and you go into protective custody. Yeah. I don't know what happens with parole. Do you have to max out? I'm not sure. Yeah. But I know he came from a different jail to do TC. So he might have been in protective custody at his other jail the whole time.
Yes, you don't know. Yeah.
He was trying to be slick, came in on the radar, and someone found out. Because he came in around the time I came in too. Because he was on the block before I went to TC. And I think no one knew about it at that time. But I think it was his selling TC demanding his paperwork. You talk to the dude, and he's like, what the fuck are you in here for? You know right away. You know, he's like childish tattoos, you know, all prison tattoos, like Bart system, like dumb shit. Like, yo,
he's trying to lure those kiddies.
Let me see your papers, you know?
I want to get rid of the child cartoons.
Like, nobody asked me for my papers. You know, just go.
So if you're a weirdo,
he had a Bart Simpson tattoo.
He had a Bart Simpson tattoo.
Did you go see Brian Callen?
No.
I'm not hating on it, but it was plucked and was right here.
Okay.
It was plucked Bart.
Plucked, yeah, it was a piece of shit.
So what? So then you got out of there. So what happened really after that?
I went to Western, like I said, I went to population. You know, and I get there and I find out it's not as bad as even though there's no air conditioning. The cells are so goddamn small. You walk in, I can almost go like this, touch each side.
Oh. And you're with another guy?
Better than fun with another old head. Ugh. Fucking had such a mouth on him, but he was so fun. I would get him wild out. He was just like a little racist, just, you know, I just say, yo, this bullshit. You keep getting these parole hits. He got parole hits for dumb reasons. Yeah. But he was in there for. But I get there, I get a custom, and then a week later, they're asking me to go to recovery block. Yeah. And, you know, I pretty much said, fuck off. I ain't going there. To that guard, because he should have sent me there from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone is unheard of to put that shit down. Cause I'm looking at air conditioning, better times to take showers. Because the showers are single showers over the TC block. Yeah. When you go to general population, you have 5 tiers, but only 4 of them were open. So the first 2 tiers was a row of showers, and third and fourth tier was a row of showers.
So you opted for group shower.
Well, the showers, it was all stalls with a half a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it sucked.
Stay in front of your mic, yeah.
We only had showers in the morning time during second yard.
Yeah. And
right before dinner. And they would call out, you know, the 4 first or 3 first, and you had to run to get a shower because it was only like, I guess there was like 15 showers. And so many people on the block, so you had to run to it. You don't want to be late for dinner.
Gotcha, yeah, that makes sense.
But I was near the end. So, because I had to take a shower every day because I played basketball every afternoon. Yeah. I always ran and got there right away, got in the shower, and that's where I saw the stabbing go down because there's no cameras in the showers.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You're not allowed
so,
to.
You know, the stabbing went down.
So what? You got out of there then? Nothing.
They probably should be allowed to.
That's when I seen swords. I was telling Matt the other day, seeing guys, the knives they come up with is unbelievable in prison. The ideas you have to make a weapon for yourself. I seen a guy have a fucking shank this big. It was a fucking sword.
So like 3 feet long.
3 feet.
What would you make it out
of? Pipe. That one was made out of. It was a piece of pipe from the from the maintenance crew, but it had a knife on the end. It had It was a piece of metal. It was a piece of like steel, and he's just sharpened the shit out of it, man.
What the fuck was he doing with that,
dude? This dude, right? He comes in on a parole violation on a new charge of 5 to 10. And he had to do he had 2.5 or 5 originally, and he had like 2 years left. Right?
2 years left, and he's using a fucking sword.
He had to finish his 2 years and then roll over on a new number and start his 5 to 10.
All right.
And he gets run down, and before he even, when he finally comes back on a parole violation, gets him in Browns at Western State, after 2 months of being in there, when he's looking at, he's gonna finish his 2 years and then start another 5 to 10. Yeah. They run down. They find the sword on him. Oh. He got sent to the hole. Pretty much, that dude's not making parole anytime soon.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
But and everything went. I played basketball every day, man.
What kind of drugs were people doing in jail?
Suboxone.
What else?
K2.
Weren't you saying they snort antidepressants too?
Yeah. No, Neurotins is kind of like a pain pill that's almost narcotic or not. Yeah. And they would take. And it's hard to get prescribed to it now in jail, but everyone was getting them, and they come in, I think, like 1 milligram, 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 400 milligrams, 800 milligrams. And the most your body could take is 3,200, but it gets you high all day. You're speeding around, running around like a maniac.
What is this then? Did you say people were snorting
this is called Neurontin. Okay. They snort that too, but Wellbutrin is antidepressant / anti-anxiety medication, and it gives you, they call it jailhouse coke. It's real popular now. Yeah. A lot of people don't actually subscribe to it no more because of this reason, and they snort it, and they get a coke high for 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Now, when they prescribe you, like say you have a prescription for antidepressants, do they just give you a fucking pill bottle full? Yeah, you got to get it.
You got to go to the med cart in the morning.
Yeah, all right.
So I never got meds upstate, but you would go in the morning time. Some people have special meds. They go in the afternoon, and you go at night. There's like Tylenol and stuff. There's certain prescriptions that you get take it back to your cell. Yeah, and it's a bubble pack, and you only can get it refilled. Say there's like 28 in there, so they know the month's over. You can go and get it filled. But stuff like that, and certain antidepressants, and that was a hustle for guys. Some guys would get prescribed that stuff, and they didn't need it, so they could sell it. Like Wellbutrin was a big one. Okay. They would get prescribed to it, and they go sell it.
How about that stabbing?
That stabbing, dude, it was The dude,
do you care if you talk about that?
Absolutely not, man. The dude
All
thought he
right.
was coming for a fist fight, but he got poked the fuck up.
In
It
the
was
shower.
gang related. It was no, in Western State they had a Philly gang and they had a Pittsburgh gang, and they were always
Penguins
fighting.
and the Flyers.
Yeah, pretty much. They were always fighting each other, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal. And yeah, the dude came in. It was a Philly dude that stabbed him the fuck up, man. It came in, and it was supposed to be fist on fist, and dude came out, shanked behind him, and just fucking
Wait, how the fuck did he get a knife
right
in
on the
there?
side in there. Oh, a shank. They make shanks.
Yeah, I know. How did he get a shank in there?
Shank
I mean,
where?
into the shower.
Oh, the shower's just like anybody can walk in. Like when
You
you're
walk
shower
in
time,
fully clothed?
when your population, you have when you walk into the shower cage is real long, and you have a little bit of space this long, and you have a wall of showers.
Okay.
With half doors.
Yeah.
So everyone's and there's a bench. So everyone's sitting there waiting for the next because they get filled up right away. So you sitting there waiting for your turn, and then you come in and
The guy stabbed him.
the guy came in, and the reason they fought in there because there's no cameras.
So there's no cameras, and it was like a scheduled fight. They were like,
Scheduled
all right, we're
fight.
gonna fucking
Yep.
fight.
That's what happens a lot.
And then he fucking he stabbed him in the side a couple
Stabbed him,
times.
yeah, kept going right here on the side, yeah. And
How was that guy fucking obviously
oh,
screaming?
screaming, man, and they gave the knife to somebody else, ran it off, and it was blood everywhere. And I don't know what happened. I know somebody went to the hole, and it might not have been the guy that did the stabbing. It was like
So it's like,
when you're gang related
and then
in
when that
Philly-
shit happens, would they come to you and be like, "Who did it?" Or do they not?
Nah,
even bother?
no one.
They don't even bother.
They
to
don't
ask.
even bother. They know you're not going to get nothing.
yeah.
And there's guys that get volunteer information. They'll just do it. There's a lot of rats, a lot of underground rats in jail.
Shit.
They just do it just to get on the guard side and
God
stuff.
damn.
Thinking they're going to make parole, even though they're not. Dumb
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, Western Maine, like I got a general population. I just, I played basketball every day. I stayed out of, the bullshit. That's all I did. I played basketball, came back, and watched my TV.
Did they approach you at all to
KBTV.
get involved with the bullshit? Were they like,
The big gang was called DMI, Dead Man Incorporated, which originated in Baltimore. And they had majority white. It was one or two black guys. But a guy did mention to me, guy was real cool in TC with him, was real cool with him. I said, listen, if I ever want to get affiliated with DMI, I could become a prospect. And in order to get affiliated with DMI, you first get in and you have to fucking beat somebody up. You have to, And I know two dudes, the dude that asked me, his friend was becoming a prospect. And I remember in the fight, he ran down and some dude beat the shit out of him. And were they DMI in Western State? They were the biggest gang. Whether you had the 215s, the Pittsburgh gang, your Bloods, Crips, and DMI are the ones that they controlled the drugs in Western State Penitentiary. That's the gang
sure you
that
want
ran
to
the
put this
drugs.
out? This is
Yeah, I don't think no one's. It could be different now. Western State's closed.
Yeah, all right.
So
good.
they closed that down.
So what was so you got out of there and then you went to the parole violator centers?
Yeah, well, I
got in
made parole August
trouble.
25th, and I can't do parole.
Yeah.
I'm out for a year. I do good for a year, and then I get my second dirty urine, and then I also got like a curfew violation.
Yeah.
I got
So these places, I went and visited you the one time. It's like there's just warehouses in like North Philly that they just chuck like 14 dudes in a room.
well, no, Kintock is a big bunker area.
Yeah.
and you got 60 to 70 dudes in a big open space with bunk
Yeah,
beds and
bunk beds.
you have
Yeah,
four
even more
half
than that.
walls. You have a half wall with 4 entrances, and each one had about 9 to 10 bunks. So each one you have 4 of them. So
Yeah.
I
Now
said, a
this
lot
is
of guys.
you're out of Western
You're
State.
out
I'm out of Western.
Yeah.
I'm out
You're
for a
out of
year.
Western.
My first PV hit.
You've
I
been
went
out
to
for a year.
I've been out for a year.
You got a parole violation, and now you're at a fucking
I went
a
to
warehouse,
well,
dude.
bunk bed.
before I went to the
slumber
PV center.
party.
Yeah.
They had the state-run rehabs. I actually went to a place called Self Help. And if you're a
Yeah.
state inmate, you go there.
Uh-huh.
And what it was, it was actually a regular rehab, but they also had a halfway house for state inmates.
Yeah.
And I was with the state inmates, and I would walk over every day to the rehab side, and it'd just be regular people from the street. Not everyone was on parole and stuff. And I actually got in a fight there with these 2 Puerto Rican dudes that weren't state inmates or none.
They just fucking.
I got in a fight with 2 of those dudes. Got broken up. I got swung on. I swung on them. And then I actually, since I was state inmate and halfway,
Why'd you guys fight? And you
dude, it was trying to take my money. That was it. I was trying to get money.
classic Puerto Rican.
Class money. Yeah, trying to take my cash out of my pocket and stuff. I said
Really?
something. They said something back. Then it just got real confrontational speaking.
Yeah.
And then before you know, swinging on each
Yeah.
other. I get kicked the fuck out. I get sent to Luzerne Treatment Center, which is really a PV center. and that shit was hell. I was there, did 60 odd days there.
That was the place that was like they thought you were selling drugs through Amazon?
That's my first PV hit, and I did 4 PV hits I'm not proud of. I do
any PV hits you are proud of? No. Right,
I did self-help for 12 days.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my grade for a bit. And then I went to Luzerne, completed that the first time, was out for 2 months. Second PV hit, right? Second PV hit. This time they sent me to Graterford first. I'm at Graterford for 12 days.
So now you're back at Graterford.
I'm at Graterford for fucking 12 days.
So Graterford, Camp Hill, Western State, some other shit. Now I'm back at Graterford.
I'm back at Graterford.
For 12 days.
For 12 days. And then I get sent to my first PV center, Kintock, where you visit me.
Yeah, that's where I got in trouble for bringing you Newports.
Well, I mean,
I tried to slide
we got off on
Newports,
it.
and
We
they
pulled
fucking
it.
kicked me out.
We pulled it off, though. He smuggled it. He got into me.
I
mean, the cigarettes were
Nice.
$1 a cigarette in there.
Well, I could have just put them through. The lady's like, you could have just gave them to me.
Yeah, but I would have had to wait till like Monday to get them.
True.
And the block was hot.
Yeah, I was riding.
I needed some coins, man. You
What
wrote it
are
out big
cigarettes
time.
called in jail? Or Newports called in jail?
Cadillacs.
Cadillacs. I could have
Because
guessed
on
that.
Commissary, like in Western State, how I survived a lot of stuff was I always bought one. My max was $75 for Commissary, and I maxed out every week.
Yeah.
And I would buy a pack of Newports, and with that, it's gold. You can get anything you wanted. One Newport, like whatever you wanted. It's like dumb shit, you know. And then my real young boy, John McNally. I still talk to him to this day, man. He was my young boy that rode this. He used to do that. I would give him all I took care of him.
Yeah.
Did all the chi-chis. He used to do that. Would have split somebody's wig for me in a heartbeat if I asked him to.
You're giving them Cadillacs.
I would give him Cadillacs. I gave him kite. We cooked once a week.
Yeah.
And I would give him, we cooked, we do pack of chili. We had a big every week. The tuna steak and thigh sauce was the biggest. You had like mackerel, tuna, and pouches.
Yeah.
And
how'd you cook this shit?
They were just, the cook with hot water.
Okay, yeah.
When you cook it, see, I wasn't too big of a, we had a thing called a stinger, which is a cord you cut off. You cut the end of the one cord, it's the extension cord for your TV and stuff, but you cut it off, you put pieces of metal in it, and you put it in water, and it heats your water up. What he did, you put salt in like a container, right? And then you put the stinger in, but you get a separate bag of water. You get like an old coffee bag, put that in water, put that in that water, and put the stinger in, and it heats up the water. Every morning that's how I made my coffee. So I wasn't like, I could have walked down, I could have walked to the cow hall and be like, I'm ready for my coffee this morning,
Yeah.
So I woke up around like, I guess, a lot of times I didn't go to morning yard, wake up like 8:30, take my shit, have my cigarette and steam and, stunk up some coffee.
Sting some fucking coffee up. Where are we at on time?
Oh, we're only almost like around a 2 hour.
Right,
we're
nice.
at hour 40.
What do you think? You got anything fucking
PV Center, bro.
wild
This is
shit?
where it goes at, right?
All right.
PV Center is one like the white members tried to get me to join the gang. They wanted me to be in the corner with them. I said hell no, and they just hated on me for that. I did.
Well, how long were you going to be there?
60 plus days, 2 to 3 months.
So why the fuck would you join the fucking white supremacists for 60 days?
You're in this room, right?
Oh, that big ass bunk room. All right. I've seen those.
You had a lot of gangs though. You had 215.
Yeah.
You had Crips. You had Bloods. You had all the black dudes. You had Puerto Ricans.
Black dudes are a gang.
Well, sorry, Muslims.
No, I know what you mean.
Muslims.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans. I was solo. I was in no gang.
You're a lone
but
wolf,
I fucked
dude.
with everyone though. I was cool with the Puerto Ricans. I got real tight with the Puerto Ricans. Loved me. I was a little poppy. But they were real cool with me, and
So what
I just
happened in this
would have moved back with the white dudes in the corner. I was fine where I'm at. I'm not
I'm not
affiliated
becoming
with
a
you
fucking
guys.
white supremacist. I'm almost
Everyone
done.
hate on you guys, and all the cops are on you. You get shook down all the time.
Yeah.
And they were just haters, man. I didn't do it. They were just, but I had protection in a way, which I did like nothing I paid for, nothing like that. But just like I fucked with every group that no one like. I never got messed because I was cool with everyone.
What happened with the whole Amazon thing? Why did they just flash
So
forward?
I go to Kintock for my second PV hit. Third PV hit, I go to Coleman Hall. I do Graterford again, and I do Coleman Hall. This time the PV time goes down from 60 days to 30 days.
Okay.
So I do 34. I do 12 days in Graterford again, 34 days.
Okay.
Now we're talking about my fourth PV hit, my fourth and final last PV hit. I go Graterford for again 12 days, and I go back to Luzerne.
Yeah.
I'm looking at to do like 60 plus days in there. And this is when all hell breaks loose.
Wait, do you walk in? Are you like fucking Norm from Cheers at Graterford? You walk in, they're like, oh, hey,
I knew the one.
what up?
This is my second time in a year I've been back to Luzerne. With Graterford, it got to that point on the third time there. Sorry, the last and final time there, I knew how to sign out. Yeah. And no one knew how to sign out. And the guards, you know how to sign out? They go, take everyone around the jail. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, here we go. We're going to go down to parole, sign here, go to medical. When you leave jail, when you're about to leave, be discharged or leave, whatever, the day before you get to get signed out. You have to go to the library, you go to all these different places. So my fourth hit was my most recent one. I got out the end of August, I believe. And, these places are worse than jail. You don't get commissary. Depending on where you're at. Kintock was probably the best one. You get 3 meals a day, and the same food they gave us at George Hill Community, Delaware County Prison, is the same food we got at Coleman Hole in Luzerne. This is whoever is privately owned. I was telling you, the same company that owns them owns these places. So I'm at Luzerne, and all hell breaks loose. It's the worst bid. Everyone will tell you this is the worst bid I ever did. It's horrible, man. I can't explain it. You're just locked in this small little room. We're supposed to get 3 yards a day. They barely give us 1 yard a day. We were starving. They took away our ordering out. We used to be able to get $40 in cash. When I first went, there used to be $75. Now it's down to $40 a week in cash.
Pizza on Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to order out pizza.
Sick.
They took that away from us, right? They took away our money.
I'm operating on about $40 a week. I understand that stuff.
Somebody was hating on me, because I was buying cigarettes and selling cigarettes in there, and I was getting a Newport for $5 and making $10 off it.
Nice.
And I was really doing the selling. I had the money in there. I would put money on someone else's books. So I would give him $10 and I would get 30 because you only get $40 a week in cash. So I had all the cash.
So you had Swiss bank accounts basically with other people.
So I had all the money. I was selling cigarettes and this time this is my fourth PV bid.
Yeah.
I know the game. I'm not being fucked with. And it was just hell. They took away everything. Someone said that I was smuggling drugs in through Amazon.
Through Amazon.com?
No, we go
like drones.
Only way
like how when
you first get there, you're allowed a 72-hour drop off. Once you get that drop off, and the last Friday of each month, and beginning Friday of each month, you're allowed another drop off.
So you can only order through Amazon.
If you want to get anything, coffee, cosmetics,
that's hilarious, dude.
You had to get it through Amazon or Walmart.
Okay.
Had to be sent there, right? And someone was just hating on me, I was the king at Luzerne, not to brag, but I literally was. I just had to pay people to do stuff for me, pay people I would bid off and all that shit. But so it got to the point they took away especially all my privileges. I couldn't get visits no more
because they thought you were smuggling drugs.
You were fucking Lannister.
Since they thought I was
a really good show, you missed it.
Now they took away everyone's privileges at first when they thought I was smuggling drugs in. They thought I was going to like, oh, it's all on me. I'm really doing it. Yeah. Give everyone back. Fuck no. So everyone got their shit taken away, and we had nothing. Like, we're starving. The food sucks. Sometimes the food. We were trying to do a hunger strike because they wouldn't give us enough food. We did a hunger strike.
How long did that last?
Like 10 of us last 3 fucking days. Fuck. Yeah, it wasn't that long. Because you had to be unity. Everyone had to stick together. Now, our next big idea was, so the hunger strike didn't work. What worked next?
Hunger strike. Who broke it? Who was the first guy to be like, you caught somebody?
It was a group of people. It was a lot of people.
Okay, that you were all like,
well, 10 of us stayed 3 days. 10 of us did do it for 3 days. Christ. And it, pretty much,
what was
we were only 10 that did it.
Not eating at all?
It's not eating. We eat nothing at all.
Jesus
we
Christ.
went to the vending machines.
Yeah.
But that's it. We would eat their meals.
I got you.
Okay.
We got 3 meals a day. They'll serve us. We would eat their meals. And like I said, that food was horrible, county food. So
what was
the hunger strike didn't work. Second thing was to, what was that? Oh, now people would run from there all the time. And you would take the fire alarm to run. Now you're on parole, you run from this place, you get absconding charge. But the fucked up thing is, when you get caught, depending, if you've been running more than 6 months, then you can go to Graterford and get a 3
You mean
to
run
6
from
month
this place, like literally?
You can just walk out the door.
You can't just walk out the door. You got to take the fire alarm or go during yard time.
And just fucking leave.
You can leave. But you have to run from it, because if they catch you, you're in trouble. But like I said, it's called absconding. But if you're on the run for more than 6 months on parole, you're going to get 3 to 6 month hit, maybe 9 in Graterford.
Yeah.
But if you're under 6 months, I know guys that just ran from this place and turned themselves in. You go to a PV center. Now, this wasn't really considered PV yet. Yeah. I think nowadays it was called treatment, but it was no, like, we went to like 3 groups a day. So,
it's called treatment, but there's white supremicists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
you're selling cigarettes.
So you run from this. There's guys that would run from this place, turn in parole right away. Now this was you're doing minimum 60 days. Else? You would go to either Kentucky or Coleman Hall and do 30 days because that's the new rule that just changed. When I did Kentucky, it was 60 plus days. When I went to Coleman Hall, I did 34 days.
So they'd run to a place.
It was a new rule.
Time.
They do less time.
That's so funny.
Now, I had such a bad parole record. You don't know what's going to happen to you low. Yeah. Like I had a bad parole. If I took that chance, I might have been. They told me to max out Graterford. I wasn't taking that. So we're doing 60 plus days in this place in this hell, and it's so bad. So they stopped. What they did was they turned off the fire alarms so nobody could run no more.
That can't be legal.
A guard, exactly, it's not illegal. And a guard told us about that. So what we did was somebody on the payphone and we called the fire department.
Yeah.
Now when the guy's on the phone calling the fire department, he goes, "Listen, I need to talk to a staff member." I get on the phone, pretend I'm a staff member. I tell them what's going on. They sent in.
What'd you actually say to the fire department?
I said, "Listen, my supervisor, some reason he's being bald-headed and he won't let us turn on the fire alarms. But I think it's a real risk for these kids, for these inmates in here. If something were to go off, they're in a small, isolated place.
Bring some Cadillacs, would you? Come down here, bring a pack of Cadillacs.
That's what we needed too. We try to get when we got pizza delivered to us. We're trying to find somebody because Kentucky had happened.
Pizza
People
delivery
will smuggle stuff into the pizza, cell phones and stuff. Cell phones and
with the pie.
In the pie, because you weren't allowed cell phones in there. But
wait, so what happened now with this guy?
All right, so I told him all the stuff on the thing. They actually come to the place now. Like I said, it is like a jail. There's the front, and we never can see the front unless we get called up for urines or called up to get mail. So, but someone went up there and saw there was the Philadelphia Fire. I forget what region it was or whatever district. They were there.
Yeah.
And what they did was supposedly they just turned on the switch real quick to make sure the fire alarms worked back. So that's what they did.
So you guys got
they do that.
So
it's second attempt.
Your second coup.
Third attempt. This is
good coup, though. Were you excited when they got there? Were you
so excited.
Happy? Were you laughing?
We wanted the place to shut down so bad. It was so bad. So
it wasn't like a prank. It was like a pretty serious situation.
Listen, now right before this next one, what we were trying to do, there was a mouse running around down. We were trying to kill the mouse, and what we were going to do on food, we're going to have somebody call KYW or Fox News. And we're going to put the mouse in the food while Fox News was on their way. Because supposedly someone said they did this before at either Coleman Hall, and the place got in a lot of trouble. There's all this media attention and shit. We tried getting that shit, but we could have killed that fucking mouse. Pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, doing circus tricks in someone else's room.
I'm like one of the leaders in this big group. Me and a couple guys trying to get this place shut the fuck down.
Problem.
It was
leadership. Like you're over
I know.
as a leader on this.
It even gets worse, man. It gets a lot worse than this. So. Then we're plotting on our next thing, dude. Our next thing is ready.
Sounds fun. We
decide,
sounds like a fun time.
We decide to light the place on fire.
All right. Yep. Maybe a little less fun than I was hoping.
Now, we're definitely going to do this. And the guy's like, "Well, if you kick the hole in the wall, I'll light the fire." I said, "Bet." No problem. I'll kick any hole in the fucking wall as long as you light it on fire. Now, I would have lit on fire if I had to because I was kind of, I was really going for trying to get this place down. I was really dedicated to it. And I would have went beyond because I was maxing out in 3 months. What the fuck are they going to do to me?
Yeah.
So when he said, "Listen,
you probably get a lot of trouble for burning it.
And if you kick the hole in it, I'll light it down." I said, "Absolutely. I'll kick as many holes as you want." I thought that was part of the job. Now, the only place you could light the fire was in the bathroom. And we were going to cut the hole. We're trying to light the insulation on fire. No, we could have done it in the room because there's cameras and you would see what room it is, who isn't it. It could have happened. We get in trouble.
Yeah.
So in the bathroom, you're going to get away with it. But there was tile around the whole bathroom tile. We also went up about 5-6 feet, whatever. So I had to kick up high. So I went into the first stall in the middle bathroom, and we used the middle bathroom because that's the only bathroom that had a front and back exit. It's in the middle of the building. So I went into the first stall.
So you couldn't tell who was coming in and out.
You couldn't tell who was coming in. We planned out. We had 3 guys go in. Me and 3 other guys went in, and then 2 went out that way. 1 went in that way. And I stayed a little bit. I lift myself up off the. I went in the first stall. Lift my hands on the side. Pull myself up and did a Jackie Chan jump kick, dude, and boot the fucking hell out of the wall, dude. Yeah. Now listen, it was a perfect kick that, like I was telling Matt, the FBI really would have investigated. They would have saw my shoe, my size, and what was said on my shoe. It was so obvious that I kicked a hole in that fucking wall. you know. So I kicked the hole in the wall, and then I come back to the room. So the hole's kicked, and he's clowning. He's like trying. Didn't think I was going to kick a hole in the wall. Are you serious? The shit we done here. You don't think I want to kick a hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. It was a good idea, and it took him a while, and finally got him to do it, and it just wouldn't catch on fire.
Well, he was trying to light the sheetrock on fire.
They were trying to light the insulation on fire.
Yeah.
So I went with him to prove it to him, and I see he had the flame right to it, because we're not allowed to have lighters anyway in this place.
I would imagine.
So he was trying to light it on fire, and it just wouldn't light on fire. So fourth attempt failed. Fifth attempt was...
At any point during the burn the entire building down, were you, like during that plot, were you guys ever just like, maybe we should try to find that mouse again? It seems a little risky.
We made a trap to try to catch them. We put food, and I forget the trap, but it was a weird trap, man.
The old shoebox with a stick?
No, it was something like that. I can't think of it, man, but it was something like that.
What was your final attempt?
My final attempt... It was, we wanted to flood the bathrooms. We wanted to flood the place, put it on the water.
This is like biblical fucking...
dude.
It's like Moses.
You're the Moses of a PV center.
So the one bathroom where I kicked the hole, we, the sink and all the pipes were exposed. McCluskey, the kid, it was pretty much my right-hand man and doing all this time shut us down. He does it first. He donkey kicks the first pipes, and they just come off perfect. So there was about 5 sinks there, so we knock out all the pipes in the sink and we start running the water and get out. This is at like 11. This is after the last count before morning. I think they do one more count before that, and the place got a lot of water. But all it did was get more fucked up for us because we didn't flood it.
You just made everything wet?
Made everything wet. And also a bathroom we had to use to take shits in. And it was so bad because it was urinals. The guys were putting toilet paper in the clogging the urinals. They just like they made the bathroom so much nastier for us, and we just helped them even make it nastier. Like, that's where I take shits at in the middle of the night. Now the bathroom was right across from my hall. Right across from my room. Now I had to walk around all around the corner, all the way down the hallway to use the bathroom at nighttime when I take a piss. Because the bathroom was shut down for like a week and a half. Right? It's crazy, man. And then the fucking maintenance guy comes in. That's when we kind of felt bad. And because he's the one that patched my hole. He had put worst was seeing him underneath this thing putting the elbows back in the pipes and fixing them. And it was this big meeting.
After that harsh donkey kick?
Yeah, 5 donkey kicks. But like it was like that stuff along with like, people putting toilet paper in the urinals and stuff. He had this big speech with us. And listen, guys, I have kids. Yeah. Because you guys had to stay here a couple hours later. And spend time with the kids. We're like, oh shit, man, that kind of sucks. None of these attempts are working. So
you just got out.
Yeah, I got out. Yeah,
that was it.
That was it, man.
Have you written a strongly worded letter to that place to help the guys still in there,
dude? I said that every time the first time I was in there, and everyone says it, but once you get out,
you're
it's
like,
just
fuck that.
I kind of want to though.
Nah, fuck it, you're out.
How we're treated in there is so unfair because it's privately owned. Like you said,
that's terrible.
And it's just
privately owned shit.
What they do is really not. They're not. It's unhumane. Some of the stuff they do to us. How they feed us. It's horrible, man. It's just
dude. The reviews,
someone needs to step up.
The reviews when you go to the one Kintalk place, people Google review it, I guess, to kind of get like their grievances out. It's so fucking funny. The one lady's like it's like where the fuck is it? The one was like a bunch of Muslim bitches. It's so fun. Very lazy staff. This place is a joke. The guards it's 1-star review. The one was a 3-star. Very lazy staff. The other one's 1-star. This place is a joke. The guards are wastes of space. They're too busy hanging out talking with each other. To make matters worse, most of them are Muslim that work there. The blacks get to cut the line.
Sounds like the white supremacists got a hold of Google. It sounds like they got a hold of something.
This is a Google review. The blacks get to cut the line during visiting hours. The workers watch them do it and just laugh like they're old friends. They get special privileges. They're just saying basically like it's better for black people.
Such a fucking funny white response.
That's another thing too, man. We're in Kensington, and a lot of white guys try pulling, this is racist, but like we're in their neighborhood, definitely blacks have dealt with way worse shit, racism growing up,
Yeah.
And like, I just was whatever, like we're in their neighborhood. That's how we're getting treated.
Jail?
No, like in Kent, like like it was a lot of racism going on
because
it was all black run.
Who worked there.
They worked there, and they got favored. They did. The guy was assaulting kids, and he got promoted to the head of the house in Luzerne. And I'm hearsay of smuggling stuff, which you have no evidence, and I'm giving you clean urines.
Kicking holes in the fucking pipes.
Well, yeah, I'm doing that, but they don't know about that. But you're giving me urines. I'm passing on my urines and stuff, and you're not going to let me have my privileges.
Well, you're a victim, dude.
But like saying, like this black dude was assaulting people, and he never got in trouble and got rewarded for his stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
Now a guy went in there and went ham on a lady for what she was letting this dude get away with it. And he just got even more trouble. He got more.
Of course he did.
So I was like, dude, you're not going to win this fight.
All right.
You know?
Well, dude, that's the tale, dude. We're at 2 hours.
That's 2 hours. Thank you,
that's
dude.
That's the tale of the Bert.
Phenomenal.
It was, man. It was good.
Thanks for coming in, dude.
Absolutely not, man.
I really appreciate it.
Awesome,
Thank you
brother.
very much, dude.
Thanks, man.
Hope I got your questions answered.
No, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was exactly 2 hours.
Yeah, it's just you guys keep your head down and just
kick the pipes.
Be cool, but kick the
light
pipes.
shit on fire. As I was telling you could have got a paper towels, or you could have got toilet paper and lit that on fire.
We have so much stuff going on. It's just like a lot of guys don't want to do it.
That's a charge. That's a nervous situation, dude.
Arson.
Yeah. Lighting a prison on fire,
arson.
dude.
But being the one that helped shut down that place down, I've been a legend.
That's sick.
That would have been sick. All right, hey, thanks again.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That was awesome.
Enjoying it.
November, are we doing fucking digital graffiti? I guess.
I don't know, maybe.
All right, November 8th, come to Helium for digital graffiti.
Yeah.
November 22nd, live taping of the podcast. Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks a lot for coming in. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, thank you guys.
And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one would steer me right, but Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.